One. And hello, everybody, to another round of Dungeons and Dragons. Where last we let off, our band of adventurers came across the Old Owl Well, overrun by zombies under the control of a necromancer. After going about... It was not the necromancer you were looking for, though you did give him all of the information he was not looking for.
And put him down. I put him down.
And after some discussions, the party... half of the party determined that the man to be evil and must have been put down, where the party engaged in combat. And after having their Slayer tank become a magic missile pincushion, managed to go about and bring down Humoncost and his zombie army.
You're welcome, Ed.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. That was I did exactly what I was supposed to do, and I took hits. I am tank. Fear me.
Yeah. Bella's
And-
terrified for your life now.
I'm
And-
fine.
Where we left off,
I'm into it.
the party had just gone about and decided to settle up for at least a little bit in the tower, while the Slayer and Belladonna went down to the old tent that was outside of the tower that they first saw.
I'm a tank.
You are a tank.
I am a tank.
Oh, look at that glorious transition there. Oh,
I'm not watching.
I spend a lot of
Tales for.
I spent a lot of time on that transition.
I want the chat to know that technically it's not my fault that my side of the Tailspire is not open right now because it literally just finished downloading. So
It's all
This
good. We
time-
did.
it's
They don't even see that portion.
technically not my fault.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
they don't see that.
that's all
They'll remember,
background
though.
stuff.
They always remember.
All right.
Chat.
So with
The internet never forgets.
so Belladonna and Slayer, with the zombie army vanquished, would you like to go about and re-loot this tent here? Now that there's not the impending doom of zombies lurching towards you.
I am going to literally rip the tent up from its post and toss it aside to help us search it. I don't want to go into this fucking tent. I want this tent out of my way.
Just as a reminder, gamer, that when I did it, I found 3 rations and a
Yes, I know that you had searched it before. I'm adding some extra things here because funny.
handful. I just
Oh,
wanted
no.
to remind you, because I know
Doing it because
Yep.
funny. Okay, by the way, my dice after about a week in timeout is now okay again. It learned its lesson, so I'm gonna roll that bitch.
I don't
To-
know.
is this an Helly?
This will be
Helly,
investigation.
It's going back in detention. No, it's going right back. It's going
Uh,
back. You know what?
Well, I will say you do get your coin again. At the start of each session, you do get your coin reflipped, so it is
Not
face
worth
up.
it. Forever jail for you, little dice bitch.
It's camera shy.
X 2 supermoons in August
Alright.
is recharging in positivity.
Let's see. Do I want to use my tomb dice? Maybe I want to use my tomb
All right.
You said something about supermoons?
August has 2 supermoons, so you can charge them and your stones in the supermoon.
It is sitting in a very beautiful handmade wood box with a bunch of quartz crystals sitting on my mantle and bathes in the moonlight every
Is
single night.
August the month with the harvest moon,
That's
or
your
is it
idea.
October?
Yes, it's not jail, it's so much as me trying to remove the curse.
All right. So, Belladonna, would you like to? Did you roll again, or are you just
No,
gonna
I
stick
don't
with?
want to. I'm
All
putting
right.
him in jail, and I'm pulling another dice out, and I'm taking a 1.
Investigation, Ellie.
Please
I'm
roll
not paying
investigation,
attention,
Bella.
I'm too busy ripping the tent up by its stakes.
Yes.
Find a mirror and have to run
Okay.
away from
16. You have found. You find that with the tent getting ripped up, there was a small covering underneath what looked to be underneath a bedroll that just got ripped up with just the with the tent, and you find a handful of items in it. And I'm going to post those items into Discord just so that way there is a list of them, and I will also say what they are to chat.
I'm so proud
Because-
of you, Ellie.
Slayer, wait. There's something in here.
I'm currently like rumbling as I try to fold this tent and I just stop and I look over. What is it?
There is a compass that seems to be just spinning in a circle. There are 2 metal shields. Still typing all this up here.
2 metal shields?
2 metal shields. There is a length of rope that seems to be knotted and twisted into itself with no ends.
Oh, that's cool.
Bill-
As a,
Frustrating
a-
and difficult thing to like. I know how to do that. It's frustrating and difficult.
oh, I know what it is.
There is a puzzle cube,
Oh,
Like a Rubik's Cube?
like a Rubik's Cube.
I like to imagine it's a Rubik's Cube made out of stone with dwarven runes on it instead of colors, which makes it infinitely harder to solve.
Is that
Looks
it?
like-
It is actually it has elven runes on it.
Oh, even weirder and harder to solve.
Well, this
there-
one looks like an S, but this one
Yes.
looks like an S. But this one looks like a number 5.
I speak Elven.
Do I move it?
There is a crown band that is currently looking to be the shade of green.
A crown band? What?
Like a headband or a crown?
like,
or
like a metal headband.
like a
So kind
tiara?
of like, but it's just a sheet. It's just a line of metal. It has like no real decorations on it.
It's like the ones from Chronicles of Narnia. They just
Uh,
like band around the guy's head.
I think
Is that a
so.
message full of stuff or
I'm still typing it up here. I'm typing it up as I'm going, and then I'll post it.
okay.
There is an
I am
amulet.
I am only slightly less proud of you, Helly.
Well, you know, I can only do so much.
It's only slightly though. I still love you.
There is an amulet, as well as a cowbell.
Oh my God, there's a cowbell.
There is a cowbell.
Can I? Is there any like? Are any of these magical? Can I tell?
You can definitely tell that the puzzle cube is magical, just because it's covered in runes. But
Yeah.
give me an Arcana check. Or do you have the spell Detect Magic?
I do not. I can give you an arm.
I'm gonna pick up the rope and start trying to untie it.
Helly, can I read the puzzle cube runes? I do speak Elven.
Well, that will be its own Arcana check, because, well, it may be Elvish runes, it is still magic.
15.
That's like
Okay.
trying to read astrophysics papers. It's gonna give you a headache.
Yeah, yeah, like, I can read a calculus problem, it doesn't mean I'm gonna understand it.
Fair, fair.
Bobby
Okay.
went to the Walmart and bought 50 watermelons. What do you mean to buy 50 watermelons?
I
Hey,
just hate
yeah.
the word.
It's real funny coming from the lady who buys 100 things.
Okay,
Hey.
you know what? When I can get it for 50 cents, I'm gonna stock
Hey.
up on it, okay?
And Kelvin went to the store and bought 50 watermelons, and he took the train that went 37 kilometers per hour. What place is he in?
And how How long would it take them to get to the moon?
Probably either Germany or Japan.
No, not.
Statistically, it's either Germany or Japan.
In any case, Riwon is back in after, you know, the stupid funny. You do notice that these... Well, say your joke quick, Daily. We'll let you get your joke in.
It's fine. I was trying to look it up because I don't even remember the names.
You can definitely tell that these items are definitely seem magical and were hidden for a reason.
So there's an amulet.
There is an amulet.
I'm gonna pick up the cowbell. I'm gonna look at it. Can I like jingle it? Or
Hey,
is it
do
one
you
of those
wish-
cowbells you have to hit with something?
I mean, you can shake it.
I'm gonna shake it. I don't care what it does. It's a cowbell. I like cowbells.
Okay, so you are ringing the cowbell.
Yeah.
A
Gosh, we're gonna
Goblin Slayer temporarily turns invisible for the duration of the ringing.
No fucking way. Wait, you mean as long as I am ringing this cowbell, I turn invisible?
Yes.
Sounds like I need more cowbell.
Sounds like welcome to the cowbell of invisibility.
Cowbells are just cool in general. That just makes it cooler.
So no one will see where this ringing is coming from, but any attempts to do stealthy actions are not going to work, as they will be able to hear you.
I look down at the cowbell. I look over at the child, Belladonna, and I just go, "This is the most beautiful cowbell I've ever run."
Why would you? That seems counterproductive.
I don't care. This is really cool because now I can hide. Sorry.
Do you think we could cause mischief with ma'am with that?
I mean, just think about it this way. They won't be able to see the cowbell, but they'll be able to hear the cowbell. What's worse? Not hearing your enemy coming, or not knowing where the cowbell's coming from?
What if we stay awake during one of their watches and just start ringing it next to them, so all they do is hear it, but they don't see us?
I'm going to give Belladonna the cowbell.
You do realize they can hear you, right?
You guys
So
are in.
they're out in the tent.
Yeah, no.
or in the-
Yeah, they're at the tent. You guys are up in the tower still. Because remember, last session, they stormed off during the at the start of the ethics debate.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you guys are up in the
Hey,
tower.
Hey, Chad, I'm about to roll all my dice. I'm going to see if any of them are cursed.
Okay. Do you wish to look at any of the other artifacts that are here?
Alright. Take a look at the puzzle cube.
Okay. Are you going to attempt to manipulate the puzzle cube?
Can I attempt to read it first?
Roll me another Arcana check.
19.
You see that you can tell that the runes are each of the runes is depicting a different type of magic, and it seems that only one set of runes is active at the moment.
Wait.
I want to try to match up the rooms.
You attempt to rotate the puzzle cube, but are unable to move it.
Wait. Does changing the runes change what the cowbell does?
I want to keep playing with this puzzle cube.
Is Helly, can I just come out straight and ask you, is this an infernal puzzle box?
It is not an infernal puzzle box. I will
Okay.
give you that.
I'm just saying, if it was an infernal puzzle box, I would probably lose my fucking
So it's not
mind,
a
but
useless
okay.
box?
The puzzle cube has a purpose, but you do not know what that purpose is.
Possibly useless boxes have purposes too. It's a fine.
Can I make an Arcana check? I don't have very good Arcana, but I can still make a check, right?
I mean, she rolled a 19, and that's what I gave her.
I want to check the rope because this rope is cool. I've got a great cowbell and I want to put it on the rope, but I want to know what the rope do.
Okay. Roll investigation on the rope.
Okay, that's a 17 plus 2. So 19. Hey, twinsies.
So, this is the rope of entanglement.
Oh, I like this.
It is a rope that is always tangled, no matter how much you try to untangle it.
I fucking hate this rope. Wait, I thought this was a different rope of it. As I look, I'm like, oh, this is a rope. What wizard made this? I feel like they were trying to make something else and fucked it up. Because look at it. Like, no matter what you do, it's just going to retangle itself. Look at the magic here. Look at that. Hey, wait. What if I give it to the little rogue and tell her to try and untangle it?
What if you tell her that? Tell her that it like if you can get it untangled, it will stretch to any length possible.
Ooh, even better, if you can untie the knot of this magic rope, you'll get a wish.
Yeah! Do you think she'd believe that?
I don't know. I'm not very good at lying.
Well, I am.
Really bad at it. I'm gonna hand her the rope and be like, you do it. I'm not good at lying.
Okay,
And the shields, though.
because I'm still mad.
I
don't want to go for them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of mad, but like, not...
For the shields, the two shields do look different. One of them looks kind of like a buckler shield that is a bit more bold.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for both of them. I'm just gonna roll 2 dice here to see if I can see what either one of them is.
What does the other shield look like?
I mean, that's not bad.
The other shield looks like looks like a
really good.
smaller tower shield, your typical knight shield. Large
So,
rectangle body.
So the first one I rolled was a 13 plus 2, so that's 15. The second one I rolled was a 19 plus 2, so that's 21.
Okay, so which one do you want the 21 to go to? Do you want to go to the circular shield or the rectangular shield?
I mean, the circular shield is more my character's speed, so I'm gonna go with the buckler on this one.
Okay, so this shield doesn't is magical. It is a +1 shield.
Oh, so just straight up a +1 shield.
But you also notice that the extra curvature of the shield does something, makes sounds on it, makes impacts that shield sound different.
Is this a gong?
It is not a gong.
I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna hold the shield and I'm gonna hit it with my sword, like clink clink. You know when you're geared up and you want to clank your shield against your sword.
So you're gonna hit it a few times.
Yeah, just pang, just twice.
I'm going to ruin this because I don't have a good way of describing it. But you hear the first 2 beats to Margaritaville.
Also, Davey, I just want you to know I did hear your rope joke, and that was funny. I just wanted to make sure that I listened.
No, it wasn't even.
I feel like I have traumatized X, and I love it.
Helly, you're a fucking monster.
I'll have to send you a
It
riddle.
Are you now just playing music on your shield?
Dude, this song slaps. No,
No,
I'm gonna. As soon as I figure out that it's just a musical shield, I'm gonna be like, does it play only one song?
This is the Shield of Song, and it does only play the one song.
Can I like change it to a
it's
better
bard
song?
shield.
Nope.
It's a bard shield.
Or at least not as far as you know. You may be able to find an enchantment to do it, but right now, that's the only way
I'm gonna store
to do
that
it.
for later, because I totally want to change this shield out for a shield that plays the entering rift to rip and tear.
Also, is him hitting it loud
the
enough
guitar,
for us?
the drum riff from Into the Fire and Flames. That's the one I want. Anyways,
Is him
sorry.
hitting it loud enough that we can hear, even though we don't know what it is?
Roll perception.
Also, Helly, before I forget, do I find out what the other shield does with a 15 or no?
You can tell that it is magical and it is also a +1 shield.
Oh,
But you don't know any other caveat with it.
Girl,
10.
I got an
You guys hear something in the distance, but you're not quite sure what. It could be a bird just landing in a tree. You're not quite sure what that noise is.
Grandma just starts getting a taste of lime salt in her mouth.
margaritas. Why does it taste like margaritas? a taste that she recognizes immediately, as well as the faint smell of tequila and you know that
And a
burning,
not the good type of
the burning,
tequila.
not the good tequila. This is like that real cheap shit. The stuff
This is
that
the
the
stuff
that,
they were doing in the back of the caravans when she was a groupie and stuff.
this is the kind of stuff that your shitty Mexican uncles drink.
Exactly.
So you guys still have 2 items left to investigate if you wish.
What are they?
It is the amulet and the crown.
I mean, I'm just gonna put the crown on.
Okay. What would you
I should
say?
On my helmet.
Okay.
In case he tries to crush my head. That's all I'm worried about.
In what mood would you say Goblin Slayer is in at the moment?
He's kind of confused and a little bit pissed off.
No. Okay. As you go about,
confused and angry.
as you put that van on your head, the green of it slowly changes into a black green. You are also able to detect your own thoughts.
Oh god, is it echoing in my head? Is there a feedback loop yet?
Hello
Actually,
there.
I should say my thoughts are just heavy metal music, so it would probably improve them.
Just echoing the same rift in your head over and over
What the
again.
fuck does
Yeah.
detecting your own thoughts mean?
I'm just sitting over here detecting my own thoughts.
I mean,
It's
like,
like on a delay.
So, like, there's 6 thoughts in my head at once, but like,
So as you hear your own guitar riff in your head, that
I'm
black
building a harmony.
slowly goes into a more blue cyan.
Yeah, I'm vibing. This is good shit. I like this. I like this hat. I don't understand how it works, but I like it.
you
I
can keep that
hear
one.
in my own head as I think it. Man, this is weird. I fucking like this shit. Who the hell said that? Oh wait, that was me. Wait, what? How did I say that? When did I say that? I'm not saying this out loud, am I? And I'm totally silent, just looking back and forth right now, looking very confused.
I'm just staring at him.
Echo, echo, echo.
Bella's just staring at him, making sure that he's not gonna keel over.
I'm just gonna look at her and be like, this hat is really weird. You should try it on.
I don't know if that's a good idea. You look funny.
I mean, it is kind of. I mean, does it look goofy? Is it goofy looking?
I mean, no, it looks a little funny when it's over your helmet, but I guess I can give it a try.
I'm gonna take it off my helmet and like set it on her head.
Okay, and what emotions is Belladonna feeling? I would assume probably nervous.
Nervous and concerned.
Okay, when it is put on your head, you are able to detect your own thoughts, and the band turns to yellow.
Wait, what color's the band?
It's yellow. Wait,
It
did it
was-
change colors for me too?
It was black and green for you.
I have no idea what that means, but it sounds really metal.
What does metal mean?
It's
The thing is made out of metal.
well, I mean, metal is like when you say something's metal, you mean it's like tough and cool and kind of like scary in a way, but like in a cool way, you know?
But yellow is like happy and sunshine.
Exactly. I think it fits you. I think it just fits the vibe of the person.
Okay.
If we give it to grandma and it turns purple, we know.
I don't like the feeling of my thought. She's just uncomfortable now.
The feeling of
My thoughts with this thing.
oh, is
on.
that what it did? All I heard was, I guess I heard my voice echoing. That was weird, but that's what's cool about it.
I don't like it. I have a running line of medical herbs in my head that I can't shut up now. Get it to shut up. I'm
take it
very
off of her head.
uncomfortable.
I
Very
take it off of her
uncomfortable.
head. I think if we gave this to the rogue, it would probably explode.
When you have two in your party.
Probably.
There's grandma, and then there's the rogue.
I don't want to know what's on her head. If my head has a constant stream of medical herbs, I don't want to know what's in her head.
I just got free music.
I like wind music.
Kids, you listen to ad-free music from Pandora.
My people are like we play a lot of wind music, like pipes and flutes.
So just
We
like-
have one instrument that mimics the bird calls, and they make really pretty music. But if you're really you have to be careful because people get lost in the woods trying to find the music.
That's weird.
They don't
kind
usually
of like
live.
it. No longer like it. That's weird. Are you Are you okay?
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask this, but is like, are you sure you're okay? Cause that sounds kind of scary.
Well, people try to find the music because not all of the music in the woods that you hear in the woods is by us. So they follow and then they get lost. And there's a lot of really dangerous things in the woods that can, really hurt you if you don't know what you're doing. So us in the village, we're taught from
Hi,
young age
Ivana.
to not follow the music because you don't know what's singing.
That
And
sounds way scarier than my childhood.
That's why we play music, because if we answer, then whoever's singing doesn't come after us.
That's really creepy. So you just lived in like a scary magical forest?
I guess. We called it the Great Forest. I've heard people refer to it as the Dark Forest, though. I don't understand why. We have sunlight.
Helly, what do I know about the Dark Forest?
Roll history.
Okay, that's 12 plus 2, so 14. What do I know about the Dark Forest?
Malcolm, I'm gonna need you to fill that one a little bit, because I don't know a whole lot about your character's area.
Is it just like a scary Fey forest on the edge of the Feywild where weird
Yeah,
stuff
pretty
happens?
much. People kind
Okay.
of if people go in, they kind of disappear. You've heard rumors of a band of elves that live in there that no one wants to talk to, that are rumored to mess around with like death magic and stuff like that. But
It's
there's
that,
no information.
It's that city in Avatar: The Last Airbender that is the gateway to the spirit realm.
Yeah, essentially.
I'm not familiar with that city.
Well, we'll have to fix that at some point.
Wait, you said
Pretty
is
much
it Avatar: The Last Airbender or was that Legend of Korra?
That was Avatar.
That was Avatar.
Uh,
Pretty
It's
much
where Aang
there's
first
a
goes
lot
in-
of-
It's where Aang first goes to the spirit world.
There's a lot of
No,
superstition
Aang
around
first
the
goes-
forest. People, like, if you hear about it, you just hear warnings, don't go in, you'll disappear. that there's ghost sightings, and the band of elves who live there play with ghosts. It's kind of, and you've also heard there's a gateway in there to the Feywilds, but nothing has been proven. Everything's rumor and superstition around it.
I'm thinking this through again because I'm trying to remember this.
That episode that Helly's talking about is pretty early in the
Yeah.
show.
I think it's still book 1.
Yeah. I
Eh,
think that was when that was the first time he entered the spirit realm, so he was just learning that he was his role as
No, I thought the first time that he went to the spirit world was when he was trying to talk to the Heibai.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
yeah,
And
it's
then
been
the
a
next
while.
one is and then the next
The
one is
panda
the
spirit.
Oasis.
Soul coming clutch, the panda spirit.
Yeah, so Senlin Village that's just a regular village. Heibai is just angry about his forest being burned down. Okay, I feel ya. So it's basically a gateway to the Feywild, and it's creepy and weird, and yeah, that would give Slayer the heebie-jeebies, and now he's looking at you.
Yeah, and people are
with
just
a little-
scared of our people.
Yeah, he's gonna look at you, and behind it, he's just still got his helmet on, and he's just gonna look at you for a very long time and go, "All right, I'll get back to you on that. I have questions." So we got a rope that ties itself up into tangles. We have a puzzle cube that we can't figure out what it does other than it's a puzzle cube that doesn't move. And then we've got a headband that makes you hear your own thoughts and changes colors for some reason. And then we've got a cowbell that turns you invisible, but only when you ring it. What's the amulet do?
You also have a compass that you have not really looked at.
I'm going down one at a time, Helly.
That's fair.
I'm going a little out of... Wait, I didn't find out what the tower shield does. Helly, I'm going to take
the
tower shield.
All you found out is it's a +1 shield.
Yeah, I'm going to use
the
tower shield until I figure out what it does.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to smack it. What does it do when I smack it?
I need you to roll me... I need you to roll a hit to attack.
Oh, no. I have to actually roll to hit?
Yes.
I mean, that's a natural 20, so I'm gonna hit it, I guess.
Okay, now I need you to make me a strength check.
Oh, no. I'm good at these. That's not a very good roll. I mean, that's a 19 total. Oh, wait. Sorry. By the way, that was a natural 20 to a total of 26 at that point for the hit. And this is a roll to 15. I just want to let people know I increased my strength. I'm stronger now.
Okay, so when you go to hit the shield, you feel the shield try to move out of the way, but you still hit the shield with your sword.
I'm going to try again. I know what this is. I want to get this out of the way right now. Fuck you, Helly.
Wait, I'm confused. What is this shield do?
That's gonna be an 18 to hit the shield.
Okay. And now make another strength save.
Oh my God. Wait, is this a saving throw?
It is a saving throw.
Oh, I can add 6 to these, not 4. I mean, okay. Look, I got 11 this time on the strength save.
Is that 11 total?
11 total.
Okay, as you go to swing at the shield moves itself out of the way to have you take the hit. Please roll for damage.
Why do I even bother?
I since you're not going for full damage, I will let you brush it off.
I'm gonna still roll just to see. Oh, great, max dice. 6 plus 4 minus 3, so 6 plus 7 points of damage. By the way, I only have 9 HP right now.
Okay.
So I swing to hit the shield, and it moves my arm so that I end up accidentally slashing into my elbow. And I go, fucking... And I throw the shield as far as I can across the field.
So when I see him hit
I'm rolling
himself-
for this, Helly. This is an athletics check, Helly.
Yep,
Roll.
go ahead.
That is an 18 plus 6. Yuh, yeet.
You throw it into the nearby river.
Okay.
Fucking shield.
I am going to pass the. I'm gonna pass the amulet we found to Slayer, and when I see him hit himself, grab my necklace and start casting Lesser Restoration.
It's fine. It's fine.
Prayer
I'm
healing.
fine. I'm
You're
fine.
not fine. I'm
I'm
casting
fine.
Prayer
I'm
Healing.
fine. I'm fine.
Weren't
I
you
just
out-
put,
Weren't you out of heals by the end of combat?
Oh,
I
that's
think
right.
you
Never
were.
mind.
You
I
have no
forgot
more
about that.
spells. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm okay.
No, I
That
have.
hurt.
I have one spell.
Okay, I haven't been keeping track of your
No.
spell slots. I remember you
Wait
saying
until everyone's
when he got
there.
pin-cushioned that you were out of big heals.
She's
Yeah.
out of Big Hills because she
I-
saved one for healing spell or whatever.
Well,
So, X, do you want to know what that shield was that you threw into the river?
I know what it is.
May not.
Tell the rest of them, but I
It,
don't want to know.
it, it is a shield of protection.
It protects itself. That's the joke.
That's
hate-
fantastic.
hate this. I hate you so much, Ellie. You remember?
You know
how
you love me.
You remember how you said you would get vengeance, and you proceeded to continue getting vengeance the entire time you played D&D with me? How dare you.
That is indeed my story, and I am sticking to it.
I almost chopped my arm off because of that shield. Okay, I'm gonna look at the amulet. Let's see if I roll good for the amulet. I'm not especially good at this, but I seem to be finding stuff out, so... Okay, that's not good. That's 7. I got a 7. I'm looking at this amulet and thinking about my arm more than the amulet.
It's a pretty looking amulet. That's all you got.
I just look at it like, I mean, it's shiny. Do I know it's magical?
Based on everything else so far being in this pit magical, you can make the assumption.
I'm just gonna hand it to her and be like, it's probably some dumb joke magic amulet thing. I'm angry again, and I do put the circlet back over onto my helmet, and so it's black again.
would you like to look at the compass? I'm probably not gonna use the amulet. I don't
Yeah,
think
I'll
my
look
god
at
would
the
like me if I use
compass.
someone else's amulet.
I'll pick up the I'll take the compass and I'll look at it and try and figure it out.
The compass indicator is just spinning in a circle.
As
I'm
if
gonna
there's
watch
like a
it
magnet
spin
under
for-
it or
I'm
something.
gonna watch it spin for a minute. I got a that's a 19 total. That's a 17 plus 2. I'm rolling good. I'm rolling good. It's saving up the bad rolls. Saving up the bad rolls.
I mean, you can tell that this compass is magical, but you cannot identify what its purpose is.
Even with a 19? Wow.
I mean, you're not. I mean, you're using Arcana. You're not quite using Identify.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just looking at it like, well, we've got a broken compass, a weird magical amulet that's probably a joke. Every other item in this is either some sort of cruel joke or ironically designed item. How much you want to bet that puzzle box is actually a Jack-in-the-Box or something?
Maybe we have maybe there is one cool item, and it's in the puzzle box because of.
I mean, hey, you got the cowbell.
And then
I mean, the
Well,
cowbell is the
yeah,
one
still a
cool
joke.
item.
useful. And then
I
all
mean-
the rest of these items are just shit to make everyone else think that they're shit.
At this point, the crown has changed to just straight up confused, which I guess is green.
I would say that's a lime green color.
I inside my head, I am having an argument with myself over what the hell is going on. Now I'm thinking in circles.
You spin my head right.
I take the circlet off and go, wow, that is strong. Ah. Okay, so we got a weird circlet thing that makes you hear your own inside head voice really loud and on a delay. We got a rope that ties itself into knots. No matter what you do, it stays in a knot. We got a cowbell that the more you hit it, the more invisible you get. We got a shield. Well, we don't have the shield. I threw it into the river, so I assume it's gone now.
Hey, it's drifting away.
Using you. So thank God it's out of our hands. I hope some evil person picks it up. Some poor adventurer's gonna find it. I'm gonna go find that shield before it's gone. I don't want anyone else to get it.
It's drifting down the river.
I'm gonna run to try and catch it.
Roll me athletics, and we'll see if you can get it.
I'm just gonna.
Athletics I can do. That's an 11 plus 6, so 17.
I'd say it takes you a few minutes of sprinting to catch up to it.
Yeah, full sprint in plate armor. At this point, I'm probably making a lot of noise. And
Yeah,
I still have the cowbell on me, so I'm invisible because as I'm sprinting, it's ringing the cowbell.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so at this point, the remainder of the party is hearing the jingling of a cowbell and plate armor from what seems to be nowhere.
It's just
Because
clink, 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 clink.
Because in my mind, the river's flowing this way, and this guy is just. After a few minutes of full ass sprinting, you do catch the shield.
Okay, I pick the shield up and I walk back, now out of breath, to Belladonna, and just like, I'm going to find someone to sell this to that will sell it as a joke gift, because I'd rather sell it to someone as a joke that won't get them killed, rather than have someone find it and get themselves killed.
Yeah.
Also-
Probably a good idea. Well,
Also-
Kelly,
Go ahead.
Can I start a fire and just put out my bedroll?
I mean, it's still early in the evening.
Or I'm just gonna start a fire.
I mean, yeah, you can start a fire. It's probably a little bit afternoon at this point, because you guys left early from camp, and then spent a few hours walking to here.
Yeah.
Also, at this point, would the party that is in the tower like to come out and try to examine the sound of plate and a cowbell jingling?
I think she's going nuts at this point. So no, Grandma's just gonna sit. But I would like to look through the books provided and see if there's
See what the
anything.
fuck the sound is.
You see as I'm walking up the bank of the river, soaking wet, with a big tower shield in my hands, my shield on my back, and a cowbell in my other hand.
You have two shields on your back, sir.
No, I didn't take the buckler with me. I left the buckler with.
I thought you said you put that on your back as well.
No, I have my shield on my back that I
Okay.
originally had, and I have this dumbass shield that's gonna get someone killed. I'm walking back with a cowbell in my hands.
What the fuck happened to you?
I'm gonna just look up at her and ring the cowbell for a few seconds, and then be like,
You
"Pretty neat, huh?"
As he rings the cowbell, you see Goblin Slayer just disappear.
But I still hear the cowbell.
You still hear the cowbell.
Yeah, that doesn't seem very stealthy. I'm pretty sure that Essence would do better.
Well, between the cowbell and the shield, we can start a band.
I mean, I used to play a flute. Not very
Cool.
well, but I used to play the flute.
Oh, we don't have to play well. It's just this is intentionally bad music. as I walk past you. I'm gonna show Nessa. I'm gonna show Nessa all of the things we found because I'm not actually mad at Nessa. As far as I'm concerned, Nessa did really good in that fight.
Also, I read the name Zero.
Yeah, see, I like it. They deserve
So,
to die, right?
I'm just imagining this is how this talk is going. Is just Nessa's at the just edge of the stairs, and Matthias and Goblin Slayer is just walking back, just on the ground.
Slowly. We're gonna meet together in Belladonna, and I'm gonna hand Nessa the rope and be like, here's a rope of entanglement, and no, it doesn't work the way you think it does. Here's a shield of protection, and I want you to understand something very clearly when I hand you this shield. This shield protects itself with you, not the other way around. And hands her the shield, and then I'm gonna hand her the compass and say, I can't figure out what this thing does. It looks like just a broken compass to me, but I don't know how you would have a broken compass. Anyway, hand it to her. I'm gonna hand her I'm gonna pick up the other shield and be like, and watch this. And I'm just gonna hit this shield until it plays the entire song.
And you just hear the entirety of Margaritaville just played on this drum that's just getting beaten the shit out of. You also still, and Belladonna still has the amulet that you guys don't know what it does yet.
I do know detect magic though. We want to try to find out.
Well, you can detect if it's magical. You cannot identify what it is.
I am going to pass it off to her because, like, I don't actually want this amulet. I'm currently a bit confused my god would be upset if I had it.
Yes, detect magic tells you if something within range is magic and what type of magic. It doesn't tell you what it does. It just tells you what school of magic it's related
We
to.
can find out.
I guess.
I mean,
Anyways, I sent you guys the drum track. This is exactly what you hear.
hey, do you wish to cast detect magic on the items here? Also, hi Essence.
I mean, at the very least, it'll let you see if there's other magical items within the area too.
I'll cast detect magic.
Okay. So, are you going to expel a spell slot for this, or are you going to use the full 10-minute the full hour ritual?
Is it an hour?
I mean,
I believe rituals are an hour.
Depends on the ritual.
do paladins have ritual casting?
No, I
you
don't
know.
think so. No.
That's what I'm looking at right now. I don't think I have ritual casting.
You do not, so you will have to expend the spell slot to cast it.
Well, I was gonna stay in this spell spot anyway. It's like,
Well, now we know. Okay. So you do detect that all of these items here are definitely magical.
yep, they're not my magic tool.
So ritual casting increases the spell time to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Or it increases by 10 minutes. So if the spell already takes 10 minutes, it takes 20 minutes.
You also notice that puzzle cube is showing is transmutative magic.
Yeah, no, that puzzle cube. Yeah, no, that wasn't originally a puzzle.
Are you sure about that?
Transmutative. That means that you change things into other things, right?
Yeah, but the cube itself could be changing. It could be changing other things. You don't know if the cube was changed. You just know that it changes things. I say this as Goblin
That
Slayer.
it has transmutative magic.
What?
That's all I know.
That's some weird magic shit. I get the feeling if you solve that puzzle cube, it's gonna turn you into like a frog or something.
You
We
turn
should
into
s-
the next Rubik's Cube.
So Helly, can I solve so we can't get the Rubik's cube to do anything, can we?
You cannot manipulate it.
Can I push the different sides to see if I can get it to do something before it manipulate instead of trying to turn it?
That trying to push the sides is still manipulating the cube.
Okay. Can I? So I don't know how to activate this cube to let me be able to fiddle with it.
Correct.
Would I know that means there's probably a command word?
Roll me Arcana.
That's a 10.
With a 10, you would assume that if there's a magical item that you cannot manipulate by hand, there must be some form of key phrase to it.
I'm gonna look at Nessa and be like, "There's got to be some sort of like password for this thing or something," because I can't get it to
Open
turn.
Sesame?
Does it work?
Nothing happens.
Bibbity
It's in the
bobbity,
notes, right?
bibbity bobbity boo, right?
Also, one thing I do want to say that I failed to mention earlier, when it was hit with Detect Magic, the active runes on the cube do glow a little bit brighter.
And you said it was written in Elvish.
It is Elvish runes.
Okay, what are the active runes again?
The active runes that are just scattered amongst the cube were detected to be transmutative magic.
Yeah, but the runes don't, like, I can't read the runes specifically.
No, the runes don't. We already had this conversation. It's like trying to read calculus.
Hey, what
Even
again?
if I know a little bit of magic as a paladin, I still don't understand it.
Paladin magic is not arcane magic. It's
Yeah.
very different. It's
If you were a
instinct.
wizard, you might know, but you are not a wizard.
If you were a wizard, you could probably make a history check to figure out what this is.
I'm an arcane trickster. Does that count?
Probably. Probably be better at
Wait,
it than me.
is cleric magic
That is
instinctive? It is given to
Again.
us.
Again, no, it is not technically arcane magic. Cleric and paladins both fall under the category of divine magic.
Same with
That's
warlocks.
what I thought.
What's
So
that?
it's more instinctive.
I said same as warlocks. Their
Yeah.
powers are gifted by a being, not knowledge.
Outer planar being, yeah. Which, yeah, even if you're a fiendish warlock, you're still technically using divine magic. Which is dope. Even though you can use an arcane spell casting focus for that. They get to break a lot of rules as a warlocks.
Warlocks are fun to play.
Yeah, but they also recently were nerfed for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, my warlock doesn't really know how to do much.
It's because Wizards of the Coast has always hated warlocks, so... Because they're a bunch of fucking assholes. I mean, what?
I quite enjoyed playing my character Alita. She was a warlock.
I have played almost exclusively warlocks before this. And one paladin.
Also, Dale, I'm not sure if you noticed, but Belladonna also handed you an amulet.
What kind of magic is coming off the map?
On. This is exactly what I was casting Detect Magic for.
Let me...
That's why I cast Detect Magic.
Well, the Detect Magic is an AoE effect.
Yeah, so what
I was focusing on the thing in my hand.
You were handed everything that they didn't know.
Oh, wait, I was handed it.
Yeah,
They
they
literally...
the puzzle box.
Yeah.
I was fiddling with the puzzle box.
No, I was. I still have the puzzle box.
I was
Well-
with the amulet, and that's why I cast Detect Magic.
What
Hey,
does
dude.
the amulet say, Helly?
Well, again, I need to look up the proper class for this, so un momento, por favor.
No, how dare you? What
I
am
need to actually look
listening
up-
to?
Need to actually look up what the different schools of magic actually are, because I don't know what they are off the top of my head.
believe you would do this.
I know. How dare I?
It's the one from Sophia the First, and you have princesses from the past that come and help you on adventures.
What?
What?
I would say that the amulet is giving off enchantment magic. Enchantment school.
And this is enchanted.
No shit. All of them are enchanted. What kind of magic is it?
Well, it's an enchantment. There is literally specifically an enchantment on this thing. It's the type of spell that's on it. An enchantment.
Put it on, see what happens.
I'm gonna put it on.
If you turn into a frog, I'll take it off.
I thought you were
Okay.
supposed to give her a kiss. Isn't that what the
mean-
story is?
No.
I don't do kisses.
No.
So I
don't
need.
want this man to kiss me. I don't even want. There is no man I want to kiss me. In fact.
But
Your
So-
character's gay.
I thought that was the story
Oh my
with
God,
if
my
you had turned
character's
into a
bitch.
frog.
That's canon. Canon now. Nessa is butch ass lesbian.
Bella is too young. All she knows about romance and kisses is from fairy tales.
That's gonna be a problem.
All right, Daily. Nothing happens to you on appearance, though. I sent you a message as to something you must do from now on,
Oh no.
while wearing the amulet. I hope that you at least play into your character as themselves is not aware of this.
Okay. Sure. No.
Wait, is that where that knight comes from? Sorry, I just got shown the opening credits of Sophia the First.
What?
It has the guy from Project Runway in it.
I spotted like
It-
6 separate memes.
What,
Anyway,
Daily?
I said, what knight is he talking about?
What?
Perfect. I love it.
I just look at her and be like, what do you... Say that again, but a little slower.
I have no idea what knight you're talking about.
What?
Not that Grandma can hear that, but me as a player thinks it.
I'm just gonna take the psychic damage right now and pass out. At this point, Goblin Slayer's just like
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
he's just gonna look at her and say,
Kelly,
okay.
Kelly, you know how hard it's gonna be to like construct sentences now for my character?
You mean knight?
Yeah, construct sentences for my character.
Okay, I'm gonna look at her and be like, okay, are you saying what knight, or are you saying like a knife? What are you saying?
I'm talking about a knife.
The K is silent. Where did you go to? The K is silent.
I know
The-
it's silent.
Then why are you saying it? This is where you would say something along the lines of, "I don't know what you're talking about." But that K is silent too.
I know. I know. It's silent.
Okay.
Wait, what do you think you're saying?
Oh no.
Can you hear that you're pronouncing things wrong?
You know what? I would say, roll perception if you wish to try to break out of, the illusion. Or if you want to just play along with the bit, I will 100% allow you. I will say with an 18, you do notice that you are saying the silent letters of words.
So, okay, here. Say this sentence. Say the sentence. A gnome knight crosses the bridge.
You're just daily yourself.
Tonight crosses the bridge.
Yep, yeah, it's the amulet. I'm just sort of like, yeah, the amulet's doing weird shit.
Bella's just gonna start giggling.
Pronounce cologne.
God.
Don't want to.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the amulet and just like, hey, I'm gonna take this for a second, put it on, and go Kalogna.
Okay, as the cat is now out of the bag, whoever is wearing the amulet is forced to pronounce these silent characters in words.
Champagne.
Champagne.
Champagne. Ch as in ch Wednesday.
I'm just thinking of like a redneck who doesn't use all the letters anyway, and they're actually saying the letter. Like,
Wait.
that is in my head.
1 second, I have to spell this.
Wouldn't
Hey,
it be Worcester?
Worcestershire? No, Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
What about ghost?
What about what now?
Ghost.
Host. Host.
Gehost. Gehost. It's a Gehost. I don't do Gehosts.
You see, I told you these toys were funny.
Helly, your idea of funny is dealing literal psychic damage to my physical brain in real life. Oh my god! You know what? I'm not high enough for this. I'm not high enough for this. Let me change that. I'll be back in a moment.
Sir, welcome to what I deal with on a daily basis.
I hate you for this and love you for this. How dare
Yeah,
you
I gotta use
do
the bathroom.
something
I
so
will be back
wonderful?
in a few.
Alrighty.
Kelly, you realize that this was you, right?
Yes. I have brought out numerous magical items that are just jokes.
Question: is this a redeem? Did someone redeem this?
No, this is just something that I found and thought would be funny.
Oh, good lord.
You guys don't need to keep these items. But I figure, well, we just defeated the wizard who was uncovering archaeological finds. He's got a few stashed in his tent.
This necromancer was weird.
He was also an archaeologist.
Essence wants to keep the puzzle box just to fiddle with.
I figured you would want the puzzle box. It cannot be manipulated, but you can keep the puzzle box.
So I can't turn it?
It cannot be turned, slide, pushed. I mean, you can push it as its whole, but its sides do not do.
Pop it. Flip it.
I threw it in the air to catch it.
The box is still the same.
That's fine. I now have something to fiddle with. More
All right.
more with my rocks.
You are so grounded from your rocks until tomorrow.
I know.
Shiny Nandrax.
All right.
I can't collect rocks while I'm not able to get more.
Amber, what do you want me to roll for the books?
I don't remember if I said there were any books in here.
3 books that Grandma got, or a handful of books is what Grandma got before.
Go ahead and roll. I don't know. Roll investigation on them. I don't know what information they will pertain, but we'll figure that shit out as we go.
That's a 17.
All right. One of the books is just an archaeological log, just kind of dictating where he has been digging, what goods he has found, where you can read at least a handful of those items that they found, such as the rope, the shield, the amulet. Another book is just a detailed map of the area and the events that happened here, which was just a war area before battles were fought. That's why there's some potentially good loot to find. And the last one is just a generic book that just the man read in his spare time.
Call. This is important.
We need the title, we need the genre, we need the author, please and thank you.
Yeah, like, come on.
We need to be able to judge this man.
Grandma's a
literature
reader.
based.
Grandma
Denied.
wants to know if he's if he's just
Oh, it's a vampire novel. It's a
vampire
vampire
smut.
novel. It's a teenage vampire smut novel.
Grandma keeps this and hides it underneath all the other books so nobody else sees it.
I mean, he was a necromancer. Obviously, he'd be into the undead.
So, at this point, we have everybody out of the tower with the exception of Grandma.
What did I miss?
DSA found some books.
The smutty book.
A sm-
DSA
A
found
smutty
some
book?
vampire porn.
So,
And a map
the
and a
original-
log.
The original Twilight.
No, I'm talking not the original Twilight. You're talking about the original 50 Shades of Grey. That was a smutty vampire fiction.
It actually was.
The original Twilight was nothing because there wasn't original Twilight. Twilight is technically original. I hate saying that out loud. It's a non. It's still technically a derivative work, but it's not a truly derivative work. Anyways, I digress. I did toast about it. By that I mean I made cinnamon toast and
Ooh, that sounds good. Did you make
So
it
at this
sound
point,
like-
would the party like to continue on their way to the Werentor, where the orcs are located, or what would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna
It
take
is
a
about
rest.
it is early afternoon. You can go about and take a short rest here if you would like.
I'm gonna take a short rest because I got 3d10 of health that I need to start spending to get back to. I am
Well,
at
well-
2 HP out of 39.
Did you get your HP for your level up?
Yeah, that's why my max is at 39 now.
Well, okay, I was making sure that you actually added that to your current total as well.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm down to 2 again.
okay. I had to ask.
I hurt myself today.
All right,
If I
so
still feel.
yeah, I'll say that you guys spend the rough hour resting after the fight and looking out. While the 4 of you down at the tent look over your newly acquired magical items.
I'm putting the hat on, and I'm leaving that circlet on at this point. Like I'm gonna take my helmet off, stick the circlet on, and then stick my helmet over top of it.
All right, I will give you some insight into what that circlet is. It is the crown of detect thoughts.
I love it.
It allows the wearer to detect their own thoughts and changes colors based on their mood. Speak up, Daily.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's the even better. It's the perfect mood, man, because it also tells you what you're thinking.
Yes.
I want you to understand. If I could have this in real life, I would wear it all the time.
Know how hard it is for people to actually think about their own thoughts?
Helly gave me the perfect magic item. This is literally the perfect item because now my character can think about his own thoughts. He's achieved true sentience and awareness.
I just talk out loud. That's how I do it. That's how
That
I
doesn't work for everybody.
I'm not allowed to talk out loud most of the time. I think out loud a lot. I just don't do it in certain places. If I could have this for like work, where I could think my own thoughts and hear my own thoughts, and that way I have my thoughts and I can say my thoughts out loud without saying them out loud, I would be so happy. Best day
Part
ever.
of your brain processes like actual verbal language versus like language.
Yeah, and that's literally what this thing does. Is it translates it to you.
Also, I'm going to say that none of these items require attunement.
Beautiful.
So, just throw that one out there. None of these items require attunement.
I'm keeping the shield then, because now my armor class is 21.
Now you're just gonna have to be. You're now just going. Actually, you know what? The shields will require attunement because they are a +1 item.
I'm still gonna use the shield because a +1
Yeah.
shield is a +1 shield.
And that's understandable.
I'm not gonna use the shield of protection because I'd rather hear Margaritaville. The baseline on that is not that bad, actually.
But I say you're attuning to the shield of song.
Yeah. I have the headband of song, and I have the shield of song. I am metaled out, my dudes. My brain is gonna make metal music to that bass line.
You also have the rope of entanglement. The puzzle cube that cannot be manipulated. The joke shield of protection.
Helly, can you slow down a little bit? And also, what
Yep.
do we know about the puzzle cube again? Can you run me down the list?
So, starting
It has
at the top.
Script.
Yeah, so puzzle cube.
This out
ha-
real quick. It
the
has
puzzle
Elven
cube
script.
has Elven scripted runes. There are 8 different types of runes on there. Only one type of rune seems to be active at a time, and the current type of rune that is active appears to be transmutative. It cannot be moved or... its structure cannot be manipulated.
So it cannot change. So its structure can't be manipulated, or its current configuration can't be manipulated?
I'm going to say that its current configuration cannot be manipulated.
Okay. Because one of those is far more important than the other. Because its structure could just mean its physical structure, and it just means it can't be melted down.
Yeah, it cannot. Its configuration cannot be altered or adjusted. That's what I meant by that. Like you can't. None of the faces push in. None of them rotate. None of them spin.
And I'm just gonna put my own note in here because actually I don't know that it might need a password, right? So,
With a 10, you're like, hey, maybe.
it probably needs a password.
You don't see any other way on how this thing would work.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I hate to do this, but I'm gonna take the first. Like, if we're gonna travel, I'm gonna take a watch with someone for a specific reason. Anyways, puzzle cube.
Hey, it's an hour watch. You guys don't really need. It's a short rest. You guys don't really need a watch per se because you're chilling out for an hour.
Kind of ready. We're still kind of awake and ready. We're not all just
doing
our own thing.
You're lazing about for an hour. You know, you might doze off here a little bit, but you're not taking a full 8-hour or whatever rest.
So I got Shield of Protection, Rope of Entanglement, Crown of Detect Thoughts, Puzzle Cube with all of its extra shit. What was next? It was the Amulet.
Amulet of Silent Character.
Of what?
Of Silent Character.
A knife.
Oh, you motherfucker. Forces the user to pronounce words. Thanks for that, Helly. I hate you so much.
You love it, don't lie.
The shield. What's the actual name for the shield of Margaritaville?
That is the Shield of Song.
It's stuck.
It's stuck on
It's
Margaritaville.
not rickrolling you. Never
Attunement.
You could also be doing that one that's like very popular in TikToks and YouTube Shorts.
It's only the base. Luckily,
It is only the base.
the baseline of Margaritaville, which I posted in the Discord chat. I'm going to post it in my Discord chat too, in case anyone out in chat wants to see it at some point.
It would be so funny if it was tequila.
So next up in the list is the Cowbell of Invisibility.
Oh, how could I forget?
You've forgotten it a lot. It must have been feeling really hurt by now.
God, it's so good. We need to put it on a cow and let it loose.
I will say it is a max of 1 target at a time.
Yeah, I know, but I really love the idea of pranking a farmer by putting this cowbell of invisibility on one of his cows. So every time the cow moves, it's invisible, and then it just appears in front of the farmer sometimes.
Have you ever heard the saying, "Subtle as a bull in a china shop"?
Yeah.
If we could get it on a big animal and set it loose in a shop.
Oh my God, I love it. I hope the bulls
God.
make a huge mess of the place. Smash cut to later. We'll get to that. Trust me, I'll remember.
The thing is haunted. Hauntings are really fun.
I don't
And
do
then-
ghosts.
Yeah, but they have such cool stories if you can talk to them. Think about the lives they live. Everyone has a spirit. No
I'm
spirits
gonna-
are vengeful.
Most places anymore are haunted. Pretty sure that there's a ghost in my house back home.
God, I'm so
Eh.
glad that Goblin Slayer is literally chaotic neutral. Actually, I mean, he's good, but
We would use there were special nights of the year that we would have these really big bonfires, and if we prayed to the goddess, she would let us talk to the spirits in their plane. But you could only do that a couple nights a year. They don't like it if we intrude too much.
wait, hold up. You mean to tell me that your god actually answers your prayers?
Yeah, she's the one who helps me heal. Every time I heal you, I have to pray for your protection.
But wait, okay. At this point, like he's sitting on a log has got his armor back off and is like patching up some of his wounds with some loose cotton wrap that he keeps on him for this purpose. And is like recovering his HP. He's like wait, and he just kind of stops and puts his fingers on his forehead and it goes straight green. Actually, Helly, what would it look like if he starts having a headache? I imagine it's like all of the colors start to melt together.
Well, green is mixed emotion.
Okay, so it's green. It's straight green, and he's just going. He's like, wait.
So when I heal people, might get this special. When I heal people, it's because I am directly communing with the goddess to give me her strength to give you to heal you. And And we can tell because my necklace you wear, you see how the middle skull isn't emerald like the two side ones? It's an actual skull. When I heal, the eyes glow. And the power of the glow, like how bright it is how much power I'm borrowing from the goddess. And unfortunately, if she is angry at me, if I don't follow what she says, or if the person that I'm trying to heal isn't supposed to be healed and they're supposed to die, it doesn't glow and I can't use my abilities. I'm special because I am the first one in my village in over 100 years to be able to use the amulet. We always have one a generation, but we haven't had one for a couple generations.
At this point, you see the Goblin Slayer. I need that mood ring color chart right now, Helly.
I mean, I will send you the one that I've been using as reference.
Because I will totally find a full. Actually, no. Hold up. I'm gonna find a color board, a mood color board.
Yeah, I mean, you go right ahead. I found just a quick generic one that wasn't too large for me just to throw into my sheet of bullshittery. But yeah, if you want to find a full-on list, go right ahead. Also, as a
there we go.
Also, as a note for one more item that you're missing is you also have your compass that's spinning.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I just realized what the compass is.
What do you think the compass is?
It's gonna lead us to treasure.
I don't think so.
You don't think it's like Jack's
I think I know what the compass is, and I really don't want to know what the compass is because it's gonna hurt my brain.
At this point, Bella's just assuming that it's got a piece of iron in it, so the compass is broken.
Oh yeah, so I just have at this point she sees that I have he has his head in his hands as he's kind of leaning his elbows on his knees and he's just like full forward lean. And the headband keeps switching from purple to blue to a brighter blue to down into like a red to a really deep red to a blue to another purple. It's like it's flashing between these different colors as he's having a lot of very conflicting emotions.
Wait, so your gods don't talk to you? Sometimes if I pray really, really hard and the goddess deems it important enough, she'll actually like come to me and answer. No one else can really see her, but I can hear her voice. She sounds really nice, and her magic feels like a hug from a mom.
As you're talking, it's getting purpler and purpler and purpler to nearly black.
I realize I don't actually have a specific deity for Nessa, even though she's a paladin.
It's Dionysus.
Assume that it happens to.
It's
we
Dionysus.
did decide it was Dionysus.
It's Dionysus.
I forgot about that.
Okay, but like
Daily, Dionysus is the
Dionysus is her deity.
Daily. Of course it's her deity. He's a god of drinking, of chaos, and of gay people.
He is. It's not gay.
Specifically trans.
I think it's self-gratification.
Well, I mean, the gays have adopted them as their god, or at least most of the gays I know have adopted him as their god.
Okay.
PSA, you wish to say something? Hey, everybody! The bell has been rung.
Sorry.
DSA?
Is there anything else in the logs that Grandma can find that maybe it's somewhere else that he hid, something along those lines, or something else that's supposed to be here?
I mean, looking through the logs, you have found just the items that they have already found, that he's still not himself sure what they do.
Cool, thank you.
So at this point you are aware of all of the different types of items, just not what they are not what their purpose is.
Thank you.
My
Okay.
character is visibly crying. And also, I'm going to roll my healing.
Go ahead. How many hit dice you spending?
Right? These are D10s.
I think so for a fighter.
I just need to get above 15. So I'm going to spend 2 of them. I want to get above half, basically.
Did I say
that's-
something upsetting?
No, it's just upset by a lot of things.
7 points and
But anyway, yeah, no, it's pretty
and
cool
11. So
that
I rolled
God
max on that
talks
one.
to you.
So that's
I think I was blessed and
How'd you roll 11?
I rolled 10 plus 1 because you add your Constitution modifier every time you heal from this.
Oh, I actually did not know that.
Yeah, you always add your Constitution modifier, and I'm going to increase my Constitution modifier as soon as I can. But sorry, I just lost track of what I did. That was 2 plus 11 plus 7, so that is 20. I'm at 20 health. Okay, I've patched up most of my wounds. I have patched up most of my wounds, but I am just as they have this conversation, I am checked out.
You're attuning to your new drum shield.
In my pain, basically.
Did I say something upsetting, Slayer?
Let's see if I even noticed.
I mean, you're wearing the thought, so it's echoing in your head right now.
Yeah, this is where I'm trying to see if I even noticed her talking. And
The man is in Zen.
I rolled a no. This is the opposite. Helly, Zen is an entire opposite side of the spectrum here. He is in pain. That's perception. I mean, it's a 4 minus. No, where's my perception? That's not my perception. Sorry, a 4 plus 2, so 6. I don't think I hear her. With the ring of thoughts.
No.
My ears and me this conflicted. I don't think I hear her.
You're in your own fucked up state of Zen.
Yeah. This is a loop.
The man is back to the mixed emotions.
Oh no, it is exclusively like a really dark purple right now.
Alright. Was there anything else the party would like to do while Goblin Slayer has his just mental break?
This is going to happen until the end of the long rest.
I mean, short rest? I don't think you guys are taking a long rest at this hour.
Sorry, short rest. And he's gonna be. I'm gonna like after a bit, I just kind of like stand up and silently put my armor back on. And
All
go
right.
and stand somewhere.
Well, before-
Middle distance.
Well, before we get to that, is there anything the rest of the party would like to do?
Grandma is gonna start reading the vampire smut, but she's
Of
going to
course.
hide it in one of the other books.
Bella's gonna like dejectedly play with her bird because Slayer didn't answer her.
Alright, so
Essence
that is...
would like to make a
I'm
flower
gonna-
crown.
I'm going to pet Belladonna's head and try to comfort her in the only way I know how.
Would you also like to Would you also like to play with the hawk?
Sure.
Alright.
So what did Essence say?
Essence
Flower
would like.
crown.
Yes, I would like to make a flower crown for Bella.
Roll me survival.
Dirty 20.
You go about and make up a nice little flower crown with little to no issue.
And I just give it and put it on Bella's head. And then walk away.
So
All right.
Give that girl the rope.
And also,
Literally for a few hours.
Valk, you have gone about and played with your animal 3 times, I believe, at this point. So that is an increase to your bond.
Every night we've slept, or every time we've camped, I've played with them. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't believe you get anything at the increased bond level of what you are, but let me just take a quick look just to see.
And at last I see the hawk.
And the hawk.
So yeah, you are at a bond 5, so you don't get anything quite yet. Next bond, you will get
Ooh,
a bonus.
ritual madness. That's basically my life.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You guys are saying all the songs, and it's just popping in my head, and I'm like,
All right. So after about 45-ish minutes of the girls playing with the hawk and Grandma still just hiding away in the tower, and Slayer starts to robe armor and just starts to just walk off in a direction.
I'm gonna stand just far enough away that I can be, like, I'm standing 30 foot from the nearest one of them, and then stopping.
Hey, ladies, would you like to do anything?
I'm gonna watch carefully and like just pay attention to him, make sure he doesn't do something stupid.
I'm just spacing. I'm waiting for you guys. I'm not gonna make any decisions about where we go now.
After a minute of just watching him kind of pace around, I'm gonna stand up and be like, "You okay, buddy?"
Make a persuasion check. I'm deciding the DC because I've decided how fucked up he is right now.
That's fair.
Okay, that's a 15.
Kind of looks at you
I
and says,
I would almost say make a deception check, but I'll let you
"You
decide
want me
the
to make a
DC.
deception check?"
I would make you make a deception check to go about and go against her persuasion.
I mean, she's trying to convince me. I'm not trying to lie to her.
Let me see what other stats may apply here.
Hey, I don't know if this would be... I think this would be something they'd be like, no, this is going to be really hard for you to convince me to do. I get to decide how hard because I know what my character's thought is. Or
that's fair.
Or have the DM decide, but... Well,
Hey, I'll let you... I'll let you set the DC then, because again, you know what's going to your character. Hey, well, meets it beats it.
Yeah, so he stands there for a minute and he says, there's just a lot.
I agree. It's a lot.
I didn't...
These guys are kind of a lot.
I kind of look at her.
I'm kind of a lot.
No, I mean... I don't mean you guys, I mean... And he kind of like sits there for a minute, listening to his own thoughts. Then says, I didn't know that gods could actually answer your prayers.
I mean,
And that they didn't answer mine because they chose not to.
I can see how that would be rather traumatizing. I never tried to pray to a god, really.
I wouldn't
I mean,
recommend
I know
it.
I was blessed to the church when I was a baby, and I know apparently the paladins are supposed to be some sort of holy knights or something like that, but I don't know. I'm the top of god. I just know that I smite things, and I know that I swore an oath to bring back glory for myself and for my family. And that's about it.
just
Oh,
kind
you
of
did
looks
not drag
down.
me through that.
Kind of looks down at his hands. And just
Ness is gonna grab a hold of his hands. Just because God won't talk to you doesn't mean you're not important. You are important if you want to make yourself important.
and I'm gonna grip your hands hard enough to make your knuckle bones touch, and then look up at you and say, "Why did they have to die?"
Who died?
Everyone.
Because the world sucks. That's all I got. The
Let's
world
go.
sucks. People think that girls can't be knights, and people die. It's just how it works. It's not fair. We just gotta do what we can with what we got.
No, it's not fair.
Nothing's ever fair. But if
It should
everything
be.
were fair, there'd be no adventure.
I think that's the problem. This isn't an adventure. This isn't adventure to me. I didn't do this because I chose to. I didn't go out into the world because I had a choice in the matter. I did it because it was the only thing left for me.
Well, you gotta
And
choose.
maybe I'll be able to wipe out all of them. Or maybe they'll kill me. Either way, this isn't about adventure to me. And he's just gonna he's gonna turn and walk towards the rest of the group and say, "Are we going or what?"
I'm gonna glance back. I'm gonna look back at Belladonna, and I'm just gonna visibly shrug my shoulders and shake my head and be like, "I tried."
I'm gonna go up to Goblin Slayer and just kind of lean my head on him. I'm ready to go when you are. I'm sorry if what I said hurt you.
It's not your fault, kid. It's not your fault.
Do you want a hug?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine.
Why do I think we need to do a group hug right now?
I was about to say roll deception X.
Yeah.
I kind of want to push
That's-
over to Essence and Grandma and be like,
Well, Grandma's still up in the tower reading her novel.
Yeah, no, everybody left, and Grandma's like, people are pissed off at me. Okay.
Hell
And she's
yeah.
bleeding.
I'm gonna motion over to Essence though and be like, come here.
What's that deception check?
I rolled an 8
You know,
minus 1.
So, yeah, they can definitely tell that you are, you're lying there. You're trying to fight it. You're trying to be the macho man they know you as. But,
I'm gonna
it's bleeding through.
walk over to Essence. I'm gonna walk
And
over to
Helly,
Essence.
Helly,
I'm
I
going
want to tell you right
lean
now.
down and be like,
I want
know
to tell
what
you right
Dan
now.
does?
That's not the vibe they get. I'm trying to give you a vibe here. The vibe is, let me tell you the vibe you get off of me if you beat me in your insight check. Because you have to still beat me.
Okay, I will roll insight at base as the DM.
No, have the players roll insight. I'll tell them how I'm feeling if they roll higher than me.
I'll roll
Okay.
insight against
I
that.
got a 13. So.
What was your roll again?
It was an
7.
8 minus
I bet you-
8 minus 1, so 7.
I got
Okay,
a
well,
24.
Jesus Christ.
I got 11.
I got a nat 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
so did I. I rolled a nat 20 and I have a +4 to insight, so...
So-
Bella already knows you too well.
So Bella, this is a man who thinks that the only way he can keep it together is by surrounding himself in literal plates of steel. This is a man who has his armor on so tight because it holds his entire soul together. This is a walking train wreck. This is someone who is broken so fundamentally that he's not moving past it, and he has no idea what he's doing, and he is currently just trying to spiral the drain fast enough to get himself killed by something out here. This is reckless, this is fear, this is pain.
So
And he is trying to do the best with this as he can, and he's got a long sword, a shield, and he has a really solid tactical mind. That's it.
So Bella's not gonna like give him a full hug, but she's going to lean into him and just kind of wrap her arm around his waist. It's okay not to be okay. I'll be here to help.
Nessie's gonna reach out and like put her arm, like put her hand on his shoulder, like put the arm down the back and all of that, and just stand there.
He looks up at Nessa and just pats Belladonna on the shoulder and says, "Well, I'm not okay."
I miss my
Gather the
mom.
rest of us. Welcome to the club.
Let's go find something to kill.
I miss my mom.
I can agree with that. I miss my mom too.
I miss my
agree.
dad.
I really
I've never
miss
been
my
away
mom.
from home this long.
I really,
Being away from home was really the only way I could actually achieve what I wanted to achieve. So
really miss my mom.
What was your
Essence.
mom like?
God, you're making me cry. How dare you?
Sometimes crying about it and talking about it.
That was out of character. You're making me cry.
You are making the player cry.
Oh,
But you know what? That's how you know when you're getting good RP.
he just kind of looks down at Bella and says, "She was my whole world."
I think she was beautiful. Because
I don't remember.
well, I know she was. And I know she was kind. And I know that she loved you a lot. I know that she would have done anything to make sure that you were happy and got to live a full, long life. And I know she was the best mom in the world.
Except I watched her die.
Yeah. I've watched people die too. It hurts a lot. And nothing ever really gets rid of that hurt, huh? I couldn't save my little sister. I watched a tree fall on her and my powers failed. Part of why I left. I don't know if the hurt goes away. I don't think it does. But she's not hurting anymore. She's waiting for you to meet her. Her soul is still there. It's not gone. It doesn't go away. She's just waiting for you to finish your part in the cycle.
How do you know? How can you be so sure of it? I don't understand.
I have to be sure. Or else everything I do doesn't work. And I know she was a great woman because you're here. And I couldn't have made it this far if I didn't have you helping me. And only a great mom would create a child like that.
He just nods and is like silently crying in his helmet.
Why don't we go find something to kill?
I would very much like to
That
go
seems
beat
like a
up a
good
rock
idea.
or drop down a tree or something.
Why
or
don't
kill
we-
a bunch of orcs or something violent. I need violence for a bolt. I'll need
Yeah.
some violence.
Yeah, violence
Go
might
find
help
some
you put it
violence,
out. Let's go find something. Someone else go get Grandma.
I'll go get Nan. Nessa's gonna run back to the tavern.
At this point, Grandma has fallen asleep, and so she just went.
Face
As
first
we-
into a vampire romance novel.
As we
It's
wait
really
outside-
boring. It's what a necromancer was reading. It has
Oh.
nothing of entertainment.
Oh, it's
And so
it's
she
it's
fell
got that
asleep.
kind of.
It's actually
Actually,
Twilight.
a
I fell
romance?
asleep during it.
It's like the vampire. It's
Nessa's
from the
gonna-
vampire's perspective. It's like from the vampire's point of view, and he uses really long run-on sentences. It's like an Oscar Wilde novel.
Her blood smelled like
That-
roses
Nessa's-
and pomegranates
Nessa's
and
gonna-
chocolate, and it just keeps going.
Nessa's gonna unbuckle her sword, like the actual sheath, the full sheath from her belt, and just use the blunt end of the sheath with her sword still in it to poke Grandma from a distance.
Oh, I was about to say,
She's
what
angry
you
after what
do with
happened
that?
with the
While
Goblin Slayer.
Nesta is going after Grandma, Bella's just gonna cuddle into Slayer.
And she's just
Huh. Huh?
I was just worried about what happened last night, so then she's gonna buckle the sheath back to her belt. Yeah, no, Slayer wants to go kill things.
Didn't we just
we're
kill
heading out
things?
now.
Didn't we just kill
There's
things?
more things to kill. We probably need to get moving now. Yeah, so yeah.
Alrighty, and Grandma starts packing everything up, and Grandma goes through, finds like one good part in the book, rips it out, and leaves the rest of it and puts it in her bag and keeps going. Trust me, it was terrible. Awful. You could have been reading so much better. But,
I mean,
One of
we
these
already know
days-
this guy had no tastes.
One of these days, we need to go back to We need to go to Neverwinter, and Goblin Slayer has to show you his favorite smut shop because he has
Oh.
one.
Oh lord.
yes.
It's in the back of an armor store.
It's like it's an armor Spencer's, and in the back is the smut.
In the back is where he sells the kink stuff, yeah, and he's got really good books.
All right. So at this point, I'm assuming we are going towards the orcs, correct?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to load up that map and drop in the 2 new character models because I loaded this up a while ago.
Essence, by the way, I heard you try to say something earlier. We have buzzers and stuff in the soundboard, so you can buzz it and people will shut up so you can talk. And anybody.
It's okay. I'm more of a background player at this point.
Hey!
It's not.
It's more of like teenage angst than anything.
Call you into the conversation. You were muted.
I'm muting myself because of the background noise that you'll hear.
He's so good.
It's not that bad.
All right. So after
It's better than Valk's freaking ambiance for me.
that ambiance was great.
I'm surprised you my AC in here. I'm literally right in front of it, and this one sucks more.
I
And I'm on the other side of the room. Shut up! You all are children.
We have dirty minds. Sorry, dirty mind. Dirty.
What are you, 14?
Yes.
You know what?
Yes.
That tracks.
In my heart of hearts, I am 12.
That also tracks.
I choked on my cereal.
all right.
I choked on my
Hey,
snack. You nearly killed me. That was
Hey,
so
Rionis.
Back cereal.
reeling us back in here. On your way to the camp, I need each of you to either make me a perception or survival check. Your choice.
Okay.
This is to find the orc camp.
survival or what?
Or perception.
I got a 6.
I'll make
Grandma
a,
got a nat 20 that turns into a 24.
I'll make a perception check.
I got a 14.
I got a
Do
22
that for survival.
for perception.
What was your roll for, Daily? Or what'd you roll in?
14 survival.
Okay. So, everybody except for the Goblin Slayer
Look,
is...
I've had a rough day, okay?
You did have a rough day. Hey, with goes about
I've had, like,
with
3 times worth of damage. That's so much. I should have died like 3 times there. I'm good.
hey, you guys managed to go about and find the orc camp amongst the hills, and the faint smell of smoke hangs in the air as you ascend to a rough ridge on the lower slopes of the hills. 50 yards away, a cave mouth opens to the bottom of a ravine, hunkered down by a boulder 20 yards outside of the cave. You keep watching it. It's a single... Hey, keeping watch is a single orc.
We can take it.
Do they point this out to me or no?
And that is part of the excerpt, but when the characters find the camp, read the following. So I would say everybody except for Slayer sees the orc.
I'm gonna gesture
But-
to the orc. Like, I'm gonna nudge Slayer and gesture towards the orc and be like, we can take him.
Is there
What?
anything
They do?
special that
What?
Grandma sees with the nat 20?
You don't really see anything special here. You found the camp, but you see the one orc that is keeping watch on the outside.
Okey-dokey.
I
He wants
kind
to
of
go invisible.
she kind of nudges me, and I look up and be like, well, we could take one, but there's no guarantee there's only one. And also, I think we should be a little more quiet.
You're probably right.
However, we could use, and I hold up the cowbell.
I thought you just said we needed to be quiet.
Okay.
Essence does have the invisibility spell.
Okay. Well, I'm not. I got a cowbell on me. I'm not quiet. I'm made of steel. I'll work on padding this armor later, but currently, I'm wearing steel.
Grandma looks down to Essence and go, shall we try to be sneaky and see what's around before we go in head first?
I mean, we can. If someone wants to come with, I can do invisibility.
Is invisibility a single target?
That's why I said
Above
one
level.
person.
Well, I mean, you would probably want to cast it on yourself at that point.
Not when you have a stealth of +8.
Still,
Fair
it
enough.
could be useful. You can get away with a lot more with a stealth of 28 and invisibility than you can with just a stealth of 28. Like, if you roll a natural 20 plus 8, still just a 28.
Yeah, but maybe someone wants to join us.
That's true. I don't. I'm a big
I'm
scary man.
I'm far too loud. Yeah.
Grandma got a dirty 20 for stealth.
She gone.
All right.
Grandma's already left.
Yeah, Grandma's just like, okay, climbs up in a tree and disappears.
I got a 21.
I love the idea of us having this conversation, and in the background, Grandma is climbing a tree and just disappears into the forest. Her face comes out, and then she just jumps between the trees.
I will say, as you guys are watching this orc, scouting out, the orc does look to just be watching butterflies out in the distance.
Ooh, do I see the butterflies?
You know what? Roll perception if you want to try to see the butterflies.
I'm gonna try and see what he's looking at.
Also,
That's a natural 20.
you see the same butterflies the man's looking at. They're just they're out in this area, just being butterflies.
Man, butterflies.
Before Grandma goes sneaky,
Will you point that area out again? Sorry, I missed it. I think I was in the wrong spot. Okay, up there. Man, there's some
Yeah, it just-
butterflies out there.
Just some butterflies, chilling out, doing butterfly things. Maybe the odd squirrel.
before
I
Grandma
hate
goes,
to say it, but I don't see where our characters are.
Oh, you know what? I did not give you the rules for these because I am an idiot.
Okay.
before
So
Grandma
just-
goes sneaky, she's gonna ask. Now I can talk with some other people through our brain. Does anybody want to open up those line of communication? I can do.
All right, you should have access to all of the characters now.
I can do 2 other people who can listen in with me. We can listen up to a mile.
How long
I'm
is that?
going to recommend one person from this group and potentially me.
Question.
Yes.
Do you want to hear the inside of my head?
Well, it's not like I can detect thoughts or none of that nonsense. It's just that we can communicate with each other.
Oh, so I have to, like, intentionally think it to you.
I mean, and Grandma's looking
Yeah.
through her notes to make sure. She's like, yeah, I mean, that's what it looked. I'm a little rusty on it. I've just started relearning a lot of my skills here. But yeah, I don't see anything that says, like, I would hear, you know. We've done it before, and I didn't hear anything.
I would say a telepathic communication is intended messages.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll do
Because,
it.
or else that would just nullify detect thoughts, you know?
I'm totally cool with being the guy who says, "Hey, let's get going because we got something to hear."
Okay, great. So it's gonna be me, Essence, and Slayer. And then at that point, Grandma like does like a back up to the tree and like crawls up it, kind of like when the ring girl turns down and is crawling at you, but up the tree and disappears.
I watch her do this and go, "Well, that was unsettling."
Grandma's like, tensions are high. I gotta do something a little silly, ridiculous. So that's why she did that. And I'll
I
start.
bet if I was a rogue, I'd be really impressed by that.
But Grandma will start going in and just trying to get a lay of the land.
Okay, so we'll send the two of you just up over this way.
Dun, dun, dun,
Hey, you get about
dun, 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 dun,
30 feet.
dun, dun, dun,
You
dun,
see the
dun.
one orc up in the tower.
Can I follow
He's-
these so I can follow them? Is there a way for me to do that?
You-
I want to be able to
Yep.
follow the characters as they move. I guess I'll just have to pilot this.
yeah, you'll just have to pilot.
And how many
So-
blocks is a mile?
You're not gonna extend the mile here.
Okay, cool.
The mile is in the asinine imperial system.
That was big words for really late at night. Can you please tone it down for me?
One
Each are
mile.
5-foot blocks. Each one of these
One
blocks
mile
10
is
feet by
5,000. 5 feet by 5 feet, and a mile is 5,280 feet.
So it
Okay,
would be
cool.
1,000 blocks to the right and 1,000 blocks to the left. So it's way
Cool.
you're well
Yeah.
within your area.
Great. Sounds fantastic.
Eat it. Save
Nom
my
nom
stuff.
nom.
Okay, so anything at this spot you want to see? You see the one orc up in the tower watching, looking at some butterflies to the south.
After he was pointed out to me, I am also watching those butterflies. They're very pretty.
I kind of want to see what's going on in the village as best as possible.
The camp.
Yeah. Village. It may be a village for the orcs. Who knows?
I generated some butterflies.
But yeah, like I want to get in there and kind of look around.
So you want to go into the camp.
Maybe not fully into the camp, but like closer to it to try and get better views. I'm not for sure.
You are at the lip of the ridge leading into the camp. Is that better?
Yes. Do I just roll perception?
Roll in either perception or investigation.
That fell off the table. We're rolling that again. Nat 20. Oh my gosh. Okay. Cool.
You see that? Well, you can definitely tell that this is some form of camp, but the only orc that you can see is the one up in the tower. It does appear to be some deeper entrances to the cave to the west, as well as there looks to be a forge area to the south of it, or to the south wall.
Else in this area.
There's nobody that you can see in this area of the camp.
There might be people in the tent.
Well, that's what I was trying to see.
Well, you do not have X-ray vision. You cannot see through the walls of this tent.
Okay. So Grandma will relay that. So we don't
Could
know
she
about
see
in the
into this
tent.
tent though, Hallie? The one that's directly across from her?
This one, there's nobody.
Okay, no one in that one. Got it. Just checking.
So
I mean,
Grandma's-
it is at this point. It is about early night. Sun's like just setting, so you know we'll smoke bomb incoming.
What?
It's smoke bomb incoming.
Oh God. You warned me and everything, and I was so surprised.
I did say smoke bomb. It's not a flashbang. It's a smoke bomb. Completely different.
So Grandma goes, I don't see anybody. There's some tents we can't get a good eye from up here, just because they're kind of closed. But there doesn't look to be anybody else, but there does seem to be a cave. So we could try taking out the orc up there, but it is night, so they may be coming back soon. How do y'all want to go about this?
We need more information. Let's find somewhere hidden to set up camp and watch them until we can decide how to eliminate them. Wow, that one got dark, didn't it?
Yes, honey.
A little bit.
Do you need a talk?
I just think that would be the best way to handle this tactically, because the more we know about it, we can always have one lookout that's really sneaky, so one of the two of you is always looking out and watching what's going on. We take note of what's going on and how many orcs there are. We keep an eye out. If they leave, maybe we take the moment to wipe out the camp and set up some sort of ambush, or we can just watch them until we understand what's going on here.
Oh, I completely understand that. I think that's a good idea. I meant, do you need to talk?
Do I need to talk about what?
Well, you said that was really dark, and
I don't know what you're talking about. I say we kill them.
that was Dark was a player, not a character.
Yeah, sorry, that was out of character.
It was the same tone of voice. I didn't know.
Sorry, I'm trying. I'm not very good with it right now.
I picked up on the context.
This character is just my character. It's just my voice. I made that mistake because I was like, I want to get real lazy with the voices. I had Matthias. I made like 6 voices. The kid died basically. Fucking this guy's gonna be my own voice.
That's fair.
I'll get better at distinguishing.
You see that the top of that, it seems like there's some pretty good coverage. I'm wondering if I can get on top of that watchtower.
The watchtower, where the orc is where there is an orc up there.
Yeah, but like get on top of it.
There's not.
Roof.
I mean,
There is a top. There's wood, and then there's.
there is a top. I'm saying there's not really a clear means of getting a top there that isn't going past the orc.
She has a climb speed and a stealth of insane. She could probably do it, actually. That's where characters like in character. I'm like, actually, you're just sneaky enough to do.
She will also be getting in his face.
Yeah, that's true.
That's when you
Grandma
use the
waits till he
invisibility.
turn. Ooh, yeah.
Well,
you
he's
got that
watching the
invis-
butterflies.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
watching the
currently
butterflies.
watching butterflies. At this point, they're probably lightning bugs, though. They're probably lightning bugs. One sec while I go find some lightning bugs.
Honey, do you
Oh,
mind
good lord.
casting invisibility on me so I can get up there?
Sure.
Alrighty. Okay, and Grandma's gonna start heading that way. and the Pink Panther is playing in Grandma's head, and she knows
Oh,
nobody's
God,
gonna
yes.
know what that is because Grandma has a connection to outsidely things sometimes by her craziness. Um, but it's and she's saying it so you guys can hear it too.
Well, the two of us that are
If
linked to you
this
can
is
hear it.
Dan's weird
Yeah.
English cant, I can finally understand it.
Well, you can't hear this. Is oh,
I am
maybe you
humming
hear
it.
the-
I am humming it as it comes out, as it kicks in extra hard because I'm reading my own thoughts and it's really catchy, and so I'm literally hearing it in my head. I'm humming along. It's just
And does Grandma echo because she's in your thoughts, and so then you're hearing Grandma and you humming it?
It's great. I am grooving out. I find the pitch, I match it, and I am just vibing out right now. Just like sitting behind a bush, just humming this very quietly.
Yeah. And Grandma makes her way on top of the tower.
Hey, with the invisibility, I will say that you can get on top of it.
Is that song trademarked? Because
I think it is still at the moment.
Yeah.
That's why we only can do 15-second chunks at a time.
I thought it was 7.
1963.
7's a rule of thumb, 15's a theoretical max. 15's if you're pushing your luck.
Then we can do it. So if we can just think of other syllables or other words to put in the place, then we can do. No, that's too much work. But Grandma, she gets there. She's gonna let like some of the leaves kind of cover her head, and she has her cloak over her, which is a dark blue, so it kind of.
You're invisible.
Oh yeah, that too. But Grandma's still doing it because Grandma forgot she's invisible, and so she's still like, sneaky in the bushy.
Essence just thinks and says to Grandma, you're invisible. None of us can see you. Whatever you're doing, you're fine.
Oh yeah. I'll still behave.
I
don't
just
worry.
facepalm.
How does this thing work again? I'm trying to hit the button and it's not turning off.
What? Wait, what are you? What's going on?
Sorry, I got in a tangent of like my grandparents, and they're like, "Hey, can you come fix my computer?" I mean, yeah, I restart it and it works. Oh, I never thought of that. Thanks, honey.
This is the 15th time we've done this.
They just turn it on and off.
I missed
Exactly.
what Grandma was doing, not what joke you were making. missed
Oh,
what she was
Grandma
doing.
is up there. She is laying down. Not that you can see. She has her hood and everything, and she is like one with the bushes right now.
So I was humming the Pink Panther theme in my head so loud that it locked everything else out because it's so catchy.
Okay, so what do you want to do now that you are up here?
Well, I'm assuming that because they were gonna camp out. This is where Grandma is camping out.
Quietly.
Okay,
I'm gonna lean over to Slayer and be like, do you remember what we were supposed to do with the trolls again?
The trolls.
Or not the trolls, the orcs.
As far as I'm aware, they're raiding bandits that are pillaging the countryside. So, what do you usually do with raiding bandits that pillage the countryside? Either A, catch them and lock them up, or B, cut them into pieces and then bring their ears to the person who wants their bounty.
Grandma's really glad she didn't hear that.
I'm thinking. I am not transmitting this. No, this is just me talking to Nessa.
Yeah, I know.
Although.
Just echoing in your own head, probably.
Although I don't think that we have to necessarily like cut their ears off. I just know that usually you need like some sort of proof that you accomplished it. Sometimes you can just send somebody, but that's a little bit of a thing sometimes. Anyways, I prefer the ears because goblin ears are very distinctive. I don't know if it would work with orcs.
Orc skin, maybe?
Maybe like they're scalped. Would their scalp work?
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't ever done a bounty before.
I'm
Yeah.
not really. I haven't either. I mean, the only bounties I ever really think about picking up have been goblin bounties, because that's my whole shtick.
I don't know, we don't really pick up much bounties in Anne's school of badassery.
Yeah, mostly transport assignments I've noticed, and
Yeah,
solving mysteries.
lot of
We're
transport.
solving a mystery, right?
Scooby
I mean,
Dooby Doo.
I guess.
Because we're like trying to figure out where Gundren went. There's a lot of layers to this school you're in. Are you sure this is an actual school and not like?
It was
some-
highly accredited. I'd heard a lot about it from my village.
Is this some
And
kind of
apparently it was
paramilitary thing? Because I want in.
think?
Because
Oh,
if this is
I'm
like a
not sure.
paramilitary training thing, I'm down. Because that sounds really
I mean,
cool.
that's the whole reason I signed up is because I was supposed to be a way for me to train because freaking guys back in the village wouldn't let me train with them.
Can they teach you magic?
Idiots. The guys back in the village? No, they're all idiots.
No, not the guys back at. No, I was talking. At this point, he's got his hand on he's got his elbow on on the back of one of his hands, and he's like tapping his faceplate a little bit with his fingers. Like, okay, that's not.
Don't
What
forget
I
you
meant.
still have a connection to Grandma, who is one of the leaders, and you can just
Really
flat out
sure
ask
if
her.
Nan can
I'm
teach
just-
magic.
I'm just gonna go through I'm just gonna go ask Dan and be like, hey, don't worry, there's nothing wrong. I'm just wondering. I have a really interesting question, and I'm worried that I'll distract you. But if I won't distract you, I'll leave you alone.
If you won't distract me, you'll leave me alone.
If it-
Honey,
if it
honey,
won't-
honey, I have
Can I ask
multitasked my
you a
whole
question?
life. Yes,
Can I
honey,
ask-
anytime.
Okay. So
The
are you
first
like?
of these.
I've had a couple of I've been kind of too afraid to ask what it is you actually, as a group, do and like what group you're part of. But I'm hearing that you're like a teacher. Is this like some sort of paramilitary training program? Can I learn to really hit stuff harder? And can I learn magic? That's actually, can I learn magic?
So I personally am not that skilled in magic. I do know a bit of psionic stuff. But when it comes to teaching, we do have some other teachers who have more knowledge on that. The big thing for us, at least my group, is so I'm one of the higher people. So usually people come to me after they've started learning the basic skills, and we try to go out in the world and give real life scenarios so they can
Whoa,
actually practice. Other
Is
than
it like a
Essence,
summer camp thing? Is it over a summer, or is it just until their training's complete?
it is all year round. Like I said, we had that fortnight where families can come in and kind of see what we do.
You did mention the
teaching.
Fortnite.
Yeah. The only exception, so my group, so Bella, I brought her on because, well, I asked her and whatnot because she has kind of those basic skills, and it seemed like she just needed a little more real world connection to it. Honestly, honey, I'm glad you're here, but I don't know how we got involved. I'm still confused, but I'm happy.
I work for Gundren. I was sent to hunt him
right,
down,
right.
and you guys are kind of doing that. And his bodyguard is kind of a prick.
Oh, don't you tell me about it. He was so rude.
He's kind of a prick. I mean, I love the guy. Don't get me wrong, but I don't want to follow him around while he tries to solve a mystery.
Honey, you're going
and
a
I
bit
figured
robot.
you guys.
I think you need to reconnect.
I think that's a you issue because he's fine to me. Get wrecked.
You're like, sorry, I'm having a hard time.
The telepath. The telepathy's breaking up a little bit. Bird food between us.
Okay, I think we're good. Will you repeat your question, honey?
So where were we? We just missed that whole
I-
thing. I just
You
oh,
were helping with
you-
Gundren.
You didn't like Gundren trying to solve a mystery.
I was with Gundren. I didn't really want to solve the mystery with him, and you guys seem at least capable and interesting and not boring. And usually violence seems to follow you everywhere, which is kind of my favorite thing. So I'm I'm totally just. Can I like? I don't really necessarily want to be a part of like the thing. Is there like a kind of like an internship where I can try it out for a while and maybe like see if I like it, or like, okay, here's a question: can I learn how to enchant my armor? Like
So-
back wherever you come from. Like if at some point we find Gundren and I can go learn to enchant armor.
So, again, unfortunately, that's not my area of expertise. I know we have some other magical people and whatnot, but that, unfortunately, I don't have those answers for you, and I do apologize.
Okay,
my group. Go
Do you
ahead.
have like a pamphlet? Do you have like a pamphlet that I can look through at some point?
Yes. I'll get you the pamphlet in a minute. For our group, Matthias, he has just been really helpful and is so kind and generous, and he is really good to help. Unfortunately, get them into a little trouble, but also keeps people safe. So that's one of the reasons why he's with me. He has his base skills. Nessa, she has a little bit of those base skills, but she really needed like real life opportunities and whatnot. Back at the dojo, she just could not keep going without real life experience. Essence is my granddaughter. I adopted her and brought her in and everything.
So she's like literally your granddaughter.
Yes.
At this point, like Goblin Slayer is kind of like pulled like Nessa and the rest of the crew with him and says, "Let's go make a camp." And we're gonna like make a camp away, but like I'm talking to her the entire time, like chatting with her, and I'm saying this all out loud as I'm talking.
Where are you wanting to make a camp at?
Out of sight of any of them and far enough off the road that they won't catch us.
Well, I mean, if you're making camp, you are going to make a fire.
Depends on Helly. There are ways to make fires that don't make smoke. And
Fair
if you
enough.
stay far
Well,
enough off, if you stay far enough off the road and it's a small enough fire, and you build a nice tent fire, a teepee fire, we're doing a stakeout, Helly. We're doing a stakeout.
we'll throw you up in here for now.
So Essence is like my granddaughter. I have adopted her and everything. I may or may not have helped her forge her papers to get in here, but I am not going to confirm or deny any of that.
Essence is in this conversation too, and she just says, "Hey, I made my own forgeries. I didn't need no help."
No, but I gave you the right paperwork for you to finish filling out and whatnot. But no, she's great at forgery. Like, if you want to like send out a fake autograph, she's your girl. She's fantastic at it, and I'm proud of her. Though I have caught her forging my signatures before, and you can't hear it,
Really?
but you also know Grandma's giving you side eye, but like kind of like a smile in essence.
You're throwing side eye like telepathically.
Yes, exactly. But the real thing for my group, it's people who have had that base experience and have kind of learned the basics of whatever they have decided their trait be or whatever they are gifted at. I would try to give them real life scenarios. They're also my group that I show off when parents come to see if they want to sign their kids up and whatnot.
I kind of like stop and like mentally gesture to the group and be like, these guys are the ones you show off to parents. These nerds.
Okay, well, I recently got a new group. We're working on it. Okay, we got a whole nother year before.
I like the idea that grandma. I really like the idea that grandma sends a picture in his head of the last group, and they're like really good adventurers, and she is obviously quite a bit younger, like middle aged at that point, and it's like an old grainy photograph.
Yeah.
Like
Essence just
those
takes
guys look
offense.
cool as hell. Look at that guy's armor, and he's like, and one of the dudes is like in samurai armor. Dude,
That's
dope.
Ambrose. Oh, I miss him. He's now married with one of his adventuring buddies, and she's expecting, and I can't wait to get those photos and everything. I'm really excited.
Smoke bomb incoming.
Thank you.
It's getting even
Thank
darker.
you, Smoke Bomb.
Hey, you guys are camping through the night here.
By the way, we can make a camp without a fire. Do we want to make? I'm going to, now that we're out of earshot and not worried about it, I'm going to say, okay, just 1 second, Grandma. Actually, no, I'm tuning Grandma out as she's talking about her last group, because it's kind of like getting into the long grandma ramblings, and he kind of likes it because it like makes him feel comfortable, but he's not like gonna stop her, but he's not also gonna just ignore her. So it's kind of like in the back of his head, but he's also gonna have a conversation.
And Rosie, she's really pretty, and
I will say really fast, if it's been at least an hour or over an hour,
It's been at least an hour of stakeout at this point.
then the
Grandma's already
invisibility
up
has
here.
worn off.
The invisibility was mostly to get her there. Once she's there, it's very unlikely that anyone's gonna see her up there.
Also, I need Grandma to roll perception with disadvantage because you're distracted trying to pitch your school.
I'm going to turn to Nessa and be like, and Nessa and Belladonna will be like, okay, I have cold rations. We don't have to make a fire if we don't want to for at least a day or so. But after that day, we're probably gonna have to light a fire to cook some shit to eat. Do you guys have any cold rations? Like I like
30,
sausage, and I reach into my thing and I pull out a sausage.
Okay,
that's wrapped in cheese
you
sauce.
see one goblin down here.
And Grandma is saying to not say a thing about the goblin. She is keeping her mouth shut of that for right now.
Oh no. Are you?
Hey,
Good idea. That's my rage button.
Yeah, Grandma's keeping her
we're not a
mouth
goblin, an orc. An orc, my
shut.
apologies.
Oh, okay, I was about to, Grandma said okay.
Sorry, I Goblin Slayer's all about orc. It isn't a goblin. It isn't. This is a orc, not a goblin.
I was
I
about
mean,
to say,
orcs-
reminds me-
Sorry, all those damn green skins.
That's racist.
That's the intent.
I'm not gonna judge you for it either because I fucking hate nerds.
To be fair, that's my inner Warhammer coming out.
Honey, just real fast.
Or the
There
Emperor.
is an orc coming out here, but it's mild. Nothing's going on. I'll let you know if anything changes.
All right. And I'm gonna go. Nessa, Belladonna, do we want to make a fire? Do any of you know how to make a fire that doesn't make smoke? Because we can like hide it visually in these like near the bushes and stuff with a bunch of bushes and some distance. But like I'm worried about the smoke.
Well, so it all depends on the type of wood you use. Green wood, fresh wood, it's a lot harder to burn, but it doesn't smoke as much, and the smoke is a lot lighter. It also depends on the size. So like if it's too big, obviously it's going to create a lot of light, which will throw the smoke into shadows so that you'll see it better. And another thing that we can do to help mask the smoke, if we can get branches with thick pine needles, we can create a canopy that will break the smoke up even more. But the big difference is usually, when we build a fire, we collect falling branches and sticks and leaves and just like a bunch of dead things, right? We want like those create a lot of smoke. We want like a fresh sapling. They'll be a lot harder to burn though.
And this Goblin Slayer's taking notes.
Just rambling, saying the same thing over and over again for like 5 minutes.
After she repeats herself once, he kind of stops and goes, "Okay, I think I got it." So
Nessa's just
dry
gonna be
wood,
slowly nodding her head.
dry wood, preferably like dry wood that's like like a dead standing tree or something. Have something above it to dispel the smoke, and don't make it too big because then people will see it. Got
I'll
it.
be right
No,
back.
not dry wood. So dry wood makes smoke. So if you want a fire with little to no smoke, find a live sapling, a small one. You don't want a big tree because big you don't want to like hack off a big tree branch or a good sized tree. You want the mounted ones because the bigger they are, the more water's in the wood. So that will be even harder to burn. But like, if you find like those saplings that are still really bendable, you want to cut those down. We don't usually use them because we don't like killing trees, but that's what makes the no smoke fires. Fun fact, that is true.
Yep.
Well, it also depends on the saps in the wood and what kind of wood it is.
It does, but like
You
For
would
the
want-
purposes of this.
for the purposes of this, and for like your most basic,
No, it's the
Like, would
opposite.
is
It's
it
the opposite.
It's-
Wet wood is what causes the smoke. Dry wood is what makes it. The drier the wood, the less smoke it has. That's why you soak wood chips when you want a smoky pit. Which reminds me, I need to soak some wood chips.
Oh, that is true. I do have it backwards. Whatever. It's that way in this world. Helly's world is weird.
That would make this incredibly easy. Then we just go around and pull saplings out of the ground with my 18 strength score. Can I get advantage on a survival check to make a smokeless fire and set up a camp where no one can
I'd
stay?
say yes, because you're having everybody else helping you with it.
Yeah, we're all helping and pitching in our knowledge and our work. So
I'll give you
that's
advantage.
a 19 or a 20. Hey!
We are doing so well tonight. Knock on
Oh.
wood.
It's because I banished my bad dice to the forever
Bad
ball.
dice.
So that's
All right.
natural 20 plus my survival,
Okay.
which is 2. 22.
Hey, you get a small smokeless fire set up that giving off a little bit of light, but not enough to be noticed by our watchmen.
We can cook with it. We can do our little bit of cooking, like our boiling of our water for our soup and stuff like that. But it's like not super bright. It's like a.
It takes
cooking
a while
fire
to cook
small.
It takes a while to cook things because it's not a big flame, but you can do some cooking with it.
That's fair. I can also like keep stacking the charcoals. Keep one thick log down in there at all times to get some good charcoal in there. But yeah, we get the fire all set up.
You hear Grandma
Ooh,
go, "How
no,
old
you
are
know what it
again,
is, Helly?
honey?"
You know what it is, Helly? It's a Swedish fire log. I take a log out and I cut it down its middle into sections, bind it back together with some dry rope, and literally light a fire down in the middle of it so it burns the entire log. It's very low light, and if the log's dry enough, it will be no smoke, and I can set a pot on top of it and boil something in like 5 minutes. That's what it is. Because
All right,
that's
you're just
what
gonna have to-
fun. Give it to me.
Hey, you're just gonna have to consume the rope.
It's fine. I got plenty of rope. It's like
Eh?
3 feet of rope. Anyways, what was that? DSA?
Grandma goes, "Oh, honey, how old are you again?" You can give me a roundabout if you don't want to give me your specific age.
20?
You're 20?
When-
Okay.
20 something. 24. 5. 5?
Mid 20s.
Okay.
Mid to late 20s, I think.
Well, perfect. 'Cause
Oh, but
I,
that was amazing.
I'm at least 20, probably more than that.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I have this really great person I'm thinking, and I'm posting the photo so you know who, like, visually she's sending you. Her name is Rosemary. She's an elf. She is really sweet, really kind. And when we get back into town, I can write her a letter if you want. I think y'all would make a really cute couple. Like,
Oh
nothing,
my God.
Nothing. I'm not pushing anything. I'm just saying she's really.
Eh.
And y'all, I think, may be a cute couple together if you are open to that, or even just a ship, even just. But I'm just. and
I just love I love the idea of just the Slayer just making just a dial tone sound, just the Ruach.
I send you. You know what I send you back is just a very deep silence, but it's like a definite like intentional silence of just like you get images of me just like going no.
But did you look at the photo at least?
I saw. I
I
mean,
actually posted it. I mean,
she's pretty, I guess.
she's also had a lot of trauma from her past. I mean, most of us do. But
Are
I'm
you
just
sure
saying,
that's a good idea?
yes, I think
Honestly,
so
I think she's
because
fucking gorgeous.
right, she's really nice.
To
She
Nessa
is-
too.
This is not even part of the conversation. But this is not even in the phone call.
The idea of Nessa just sitting there and going, honestly, she's pretty gorgeous, and she's like looking at a sketch that she did in her book. She's like sitting there looking at her like she has a little.
Where who Rosemary
Yeah,
is.
if you say her name and whatnot, and Vanessa was. Yes, I do think it's a good idea.
No, I
Just
love
to-
the idea that she's not even talking about Rosemary. She's talking about a picture that she drew of a sexy lady in her image book, and she's like, honestly, I think she's pretty hot.
It just shows it off to Belladonna.
At this point, like, I look at it and I just kind of like silently nod and then return back to what Grandma's saying.
Yes, I honestly think it would be a good idea because I know you're hurting inside, and I won't push further on that. But she is very nice. She understands. She knows a little magic here and there, whatnot. So even just somebody to talk to, like seriously, just friendship. She's an amazing human being, and I'm
I mean,
just saying you don't have to. I'm just here's an option. And then
does
Grandma
she
started
have
shooting.
any hobbies?
Oh yes, so
She
she
knows little like what are, I guess sure. Tell me, like what are her
Alright.
hobbies?
Oh god, this is gonna go on. This is gonna go on
Yeah,
for the
this is-
night.
This is where we cut as he's trying very hard and please send me the thing and
I
we
will
will
create a whole character sheet and
Oh
send it to
god.
you.
yeah just
later
start
this
dumping but just start dumping in my DMs while we transition because I'm ready.
Oh lordy.
Grandma matchmaking up in here.
Essence at this
So,
point had
so-
tuned out from the conversation and just fell asleep.
Essence is just she's emitting the dial tone sounds in her mind. Eh.
Grandma is taking the first watch with Slayer. She's over there, I'm over here. We need 2 people and watch at all times, one on the roof, one over here.
Boy, there's only one person on that roof.
Yeah, well, that means either Grandma's gonna go to bed and Essence takes up the watch somewhere where she can still see down, or etc. But I kind of turned to Nessa and I just go, I guess I'm taking first watch. You guys can take. We're only doing 2 watches tonight because we're not very sneaky and Grandma needs a rest, I think. As he's like, he kind of like is very quiet. He's saying this out loud, but not saying it to Grandma. Grandma is currently like neck deep in talking about this, more things about this amazing new girl that she thinks is gonna be great for Goblin Slayer.
Even just as a friend, I'm just saying, like, even just friendship. Grandma's okay with that.
Yeah, I get it, Grandma.
No, I'm
I
saying that in
understand.
general to everybody else because everybody is always like, Grandma's gonna turn it sexual. No, this is purely Grandma's just companionship, friendship. At the
We
base
all
minimum.
know that Grandma's not the one making things sexual. You are.
It is
Hey,
Grandma,
bra-
typically.
brings up vampire smut.
Hey,
Okay.
no, that was your girlfriend who brought it up originally.
That
Don't
is
You were the
true.
one-
put that on me.
You,
I
to
wasn't.
be fair,
I'm gonna assume it was Daily though.
you were looking for smut to begin with.
No, I was trying to figure out what the books are. I want to know what kind of book it was. If it was astrology,
Kelly-
if it was a history
Kelly
book.
wouldn't give us what the book was, so I just kind of
Yeah.
threw a shot in the dark.
That would work. That would work for this. So,
Just so-
but yeah, no. The first watch is literally just me and Grandma, like having this. Like he's like, okay, I mean that's kind of cute, I guess. And he's like being very, very like standoffish about it, and just like, yeah, yes, Grandma, okay, sure.
Mom trying to set up her son with a date.
Mom trying to, it's even closer to like mom trying to set up her son on a date with someone who has no chance of being his shtick. Like it's this girl is adorable but not his type.
Yep.
Junan's trying to set you up with someone too?
At this point I imagine as you're going to bed he like says, He's like shaking his head. He's like, and then a couple times out loud, he'll be like, "Yes, Grandma. Okay, Grandma. I mean, she's kind of cute, Grandma."
As the man is slowly drifting to sleep on his own.
I'm keeping awake. I'm staying awake. This is my watch.
You're staying awake, but you're like you're the monotony of grandma is just like you're like huh yes okay yep
I'm gonna
okay.
look through my watch. That's a perception check of. Oh, cool! I rolled a 10. It's 12. I got a perception of 12 right now. Grandma's the one who's supposed to be paying attention.
And she's playing matchmaker, so she's rolling with disadvantage again.
Oh yay!
I hate that she did this to herself trying to play matchmaker.
Okay. Can
That is a fitting punishment.
Can I use my inspiration to make it
To make it standard, yes.
great? That's going to be where's not persuasion, perception. That's going to be a 15.
15. You see a little bit of movements in the tent, but it's dark out.
He has dark vision.
I do.
How tall up is she is the question.
That's true. That's the next question. How far is your dark vision, Grandma? 'Cause I can just make a bubble that big. It's what, 180?
60.
Oh, 60 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what she can see. So Grandma can see in here without any without disadvantage from sight. So she can see the bottom of this if anyone enters or leaves this area.
Hey, she saw a few more orcs go into the tent, about 2 more.
And she will relay that in between.
You say 2 more orcs. He kind of nods, takes note, and just goes, "Okay, 2 more orcs." Oh, yes, yeah. I mean, she's really good at braiding her hair. I understand that. No, I really do love the picture. That's a cute image of her with her fingernails. Yeah.
So she is a wood elf druid with a focus and circle of spores. She plays the pan flute. She knows how to cook. She knows how to make the candy that you lack so much.
As soon as you bring up the candy, he's like, "Wait, she's the one that made that candy?"
She helped me improve it. Before was just kind of like a sugar overload that like punched you in the face, but she helped kind of mellow it out and everything and help me perfect it. Grandma's not gonna deny when somebody gives her help like that, and I love her for it. She's really sweet, and she's currently on an adventuring party. But
you could maybe send her a letter. Yeah.
Yes. And girl goes, "Oh, sorry. I'm sorry." I get really excited when I can help connect friendships. Yeah, friendships.
You know what? I need you to roll me. With your excitement, I need to see if you kept that in your head or if you said that aloud.
Oh, that was in my head. It was just the
Hey.
friendship part of that. It was
You were excited about that one.
that was nat 20.
All right, you kept it in.
God,
Hey,
I
he-
love you guys. You're a great guys. Thank you.
You got it. Again, you gotta be careful with your excitement when you're talking telepathically.
I know.
Or start the excitement with out of character. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes.
So she's currently out on adventuring part, but she always comes back and visits. She's very she likes to check in. She was really good with the kiddos coming in.
Do you know if her party needs a tank?
And Grandma's trying to remember. She's like, druid. I think there's a cleric.
I
in
mean,
our group."
druids. Helly, what do I know about druids? I want to know. I guess I want to know if Goblin Slayer would know that druids are the tanks of casters.
Well, you were told that she's a spore druid.
Yes.
Isn't that the tankiest of the casters?
No, that's one of the DPS versions. That's got the circle of spores.
Oh, wait. You mean to tell me she's a DPS? She's a is she a glass? That's not a glass cannon. That's just straight up a DPS. DPS support. That is hella. Anime
I only know this because I am playing a Spores Druid in another campaign.
Ash is. Oh yeah, yeah. She's the fuck you and everyone around you.
Now,
Walks into a group.
Yeah, she's the walks into a room, nobody else walks out.
and she's really kind and sweet, but like she knows when she needs to hit hard and she focuses and all that. Their group though, do they have a tank? Do they have a tank? Do they? I don't know, but I'll ask her.
Yeah, yeah, and he kind of like scratches the back of his helmet, and he's like, "Yeah, yeah." And just in case, and like maybe I'll show her that really good sandwich place that I know
Oh, she
in
loves
town.
sandwiches. She does. She
She-
showed
wait.
me how to do the
She
sprouts,
loves
I think is what
sandwiches?
they're called. Yeah. And so what she did is she took a whole bunch of seeds and like before they like turn into the plants, she is like how she grows them is so they're just small itty bitty and she cut those off and she puts them on her sandwich and they're really good. So yeah, she likes sandwiches. She is very creative when it comes to the kitchen.
Out of character, marriage immediately, marriage, total, instant marriage. Just thank you. You made my dream girl. Thank you.
Jesus
You
Christ.
made my dream girl. You made Goblin Slayers just perfect
She's
woman.
my dream girl too. Let's be
Oh
honest.
my god. Makes
Yeah.
weird sandwiches and is kind of quirky and can also beat the shit out of anything else in the monster manual. Yes, please.
She's also really good at cards, even like because
Oh
I do have some speciality when it comes to playing cards. Not that I use it often, but I can slip a hand here or there. She catches me every time, and she kicks my butt. So I'm still learning how to beat her. I even taught her how to play gin rummy, and yet she's still kicking my. Sorry, that's another topic. I can teach you how to play, so that way while y'all eating sandwiches and eating candy, y'all can play there.
I mean, as long as we don't bet, because I
Oh no,
I don't.
Like that.
I prefer to gamble with my life. I'm not a big fan of gambling coin. Coin
Yeah,
is more
this is-
useful
this is-
than gambling.
This is asleep at this point, of course, because
Yes.
Slayer's on watch, and you just hear her mumbling, "No, I totally caught you. You slid the card from your sleeve." Yeah,
Then you also have a flashback to the drinking party.
And Grandma will relay that to you too, and she goes, "By the way, when we get on to Nessa about drinking, this is what happened," and shows you exactly just like how
From
slithering
grandma's
through
perspective.
stuff.
Shows it from grandma's perspective, which guaranteed is skewed to like the max. She looked
Yeah.
way more slosh than she was.
I mean,
Yes.
she was pretty sloshed towards the end in general,
She
but
did,
yeah,
she
so you
did.
see it from Grandma's
But grandma's perspective exaggerated that like tenfold.
It's Three Stooges level. It's Three
Like, she
Stooges
thought she
level.
was drunk after like 2 drinks, not like 5, 6 drinks in. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, grandma looks at it like 6 drinks in, she's not even speaking English.
No.
Grandma
yeah.
cannot understand what's going on with her. She's
Yeah,
way too drunk.
That's why we make fun of her about her drinking. And she
It's a
gets so
comedy
defensive.
routine, is what it is.
Yeah. But anyway,
He's like,
next.
wow, she cannot handle her liquor.
Yeah, no, she can't. But that we're cautious, whatnot. Well, we don't drink up at the dojo just because mainly children and even the adults. Like we'll go down to the tavern down in a nearby
Nessa
village.
did all of her drinking with the guys in the militia back in her
Yeah,
village.
that was the first time she ever experienced drinking and all that jazz.
Grandma, remind me what her name was.
Rosemary.
So does Rosemary drink?
I
Do you
think
know?
she partakes every once in a while, but again, at the dojo, like she didn't really drink a lot. I mean, because we don't have alcohol. But I mean,
Well, what about like wine for like cooking and stuff?
Oh yes, she definitely uses wine for cooking and all that. Like she's
Okay,
a really
okay.
good cook. And like with the spores and everything, sometimes she'll throw a bit in there, but they're not like toxic ones. Like
I
she's
like
able to find
mushrooms.
a good. Yeah, I love mushrooms.
I
She-
love mushrooms.
She did this thing where she took a mushroom and took like really crusty bread and like dipped it in an egg and then like in the batter and then like got hot oil and I think she called it deep fried mushroom. Super good. So good.
Monkey ball.
I met this guy who would chop mushrooms up really, really thin and then mix them into like this really, like this flatbread, and he'd like put it on like a bowl. It was like this pot that he put upside down over the fire. It would get really hot, and he'd like stick it to the side of it, and it would cook, and it was really cool, and it was
Like a
really
makeshift
good, and like
oven?
it tasted meaty. It was some elven dude I met like in college.
Hey, you know, I can tell you,
Sorry,
these
dropped to
elven-
college. He did not go to college. It's like some elven dude I met at the bar the other week.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, hey, not to put in, not to
Anyways.
be that guy, but I do think it is
Sorry.
time for the both of you to go to end your watch
Yeah.
here.
Okay,
We
honey, it's
switch-
time to go to bed.
I'm gonna.
You've
switch
been
places
going
with
for a
Nessa.
while.
I'm gonna just very gently tap Nessa, just like reach out and just tap her on the shoulder.
What? I'm away.
It's like, okay, get your sword, get your shield. I'm gonna go to sleep. Grandma's
Hey.
going to bed. Keep an eye
Wait,
out.
Dad,
Got the
I got
sword.
a question.
I got the sword.
Should I know I snore. Should I stay up here or should I try and jump down?
You
should
do
probably come
snore.
down.
Okay.
You should. Hey, as soon as you say that, he's like, "You should come down, wake up Essence, send her back up." Well, maybe not. I don't know if she can go up there, but ask her if she thinks she can. Maybe I don't know. She's wily, that one.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What do I have to roll to get down?
Is that going to be acrobatics?
Oh, that's +5. Okay, come on, baby. Come on. Okay, not terrible. 17.
Did the guy?
Oh.
Wait, hold up. Is the guy changing watches? Was there a change of watch? When did the
This
change
guy-
of watch happen? I want to know.
This guy has not changed watch.
How long has he been up there?
A long time.
I mean, he's been out there for at least... I'd say you guys have been here for 4 or 5 hours.
So he was here when we got here, and that's 4 or 5 hours. No, this is late. This has got to be more than 4 or 5 hours because we're like there's only 2 watches tonight. We're only doing 2 watches, so each watch is like 5 hours from the time we got here. But we also got here and were here for a while before we took our rest because we had to set up camp and stuff. We took like an hour at least to set up camp with all the conversations we were having.
So probably closer to 8 hours.
So he hasn't changed watch yet. I mentioned this to Grandma and say we need to wait until he changes watch.
I can try and stay up that late, but I don't know.
Okay, let Essence know that he hasn't changed watch yet, and make sure she writes it down or has Nessa write it down. I don't know if they can talk.
It's gonna take me a minute to get over to where y'all are, so you may want to wake her up since you're right there.
Okay. Is Essence sleeping in the camp?
I would assume so.
Essence was with you guys.
Okay, so Essence, I'm gonna just like I'm gonna very gently place my hand on Essence's shoulder and just like say, little one, wake up. Essence.
You're not that quiet when you were waking up, Nessa. I'm awake.
All right.
I'm a light sleeper.
Okay. How light are you of a sleeper? Because that was. Never mind. I'm gonna. And he just walks away because he found that very uncanny. It was like, oh, she's
Yeah,
been
no,
awake.
She tends to wake up when I do.
That's. That was kind of scary.
Okay, Batman. Okay. Especially from a teenager.
Before Grandma goes to sleep, she is going to pull a piece of candy out, and I'll mark it on my sheet because now I have to track it. And
Candy.
I have one to Goblin Slayer, but I put one on Bella's bedroll. So when she wakes,
So wait, are you still up in the tower, or did you jump off of the
I
tower?
jump down. 17.
Okay, well, I thought you were staying up there because the guy hasn't changed watches yet.
No,
That-
we're telling Essence.
Yeah,
No.
Okay.
we came up with a different plan right at the end as we went.
Okay,
wait,
I
wouldn't
will-
it just be easier to tell them so that we can.
Well, this man does see you because you are climbing off of his tower, and you are no longer invisible.
She didn't
Can
roll
I
stealth.
jumped.
Yes, but
He doesn't have
Calm down,
360,
I jumped.
Helly. If she pays attention, she should be able to jump down.
Yeah,
Come on, give it to us, Helly. Please don't fuck
I will
up.
roll stealth.
I'll give
I
it to
will
ya.
kill every single one of these orcs if I have to, but please don't fuck us.
I'll
Just
give
have
it
a
to
night.
ya.
By the way, Helly, I could just go and use all of my abilities right now, so I don't give a fuck. But I'm worried about the healer.
Well, did you get all of your stuff back on a short rest?
Yeah, everything comes back on a short rest. I'm a fighter.
Well,
I'm meant
sorry,
to
not.
go into battle and use it all.
Well, to be fair, some classes are are short rests. Some are long rest. So
Yeah,
it's hard
I'm-
to keep that, in track.
Yeah, fighters are the most notorious though, so I'm surprised. Anyways.
Well, I have
Only
not
throwing
played with a
shade.
fighter before.
Oh right, I forgot. You're interested in way cooler classes than this.
But
But,
so Grandma
It's
hands.
so simple though, Helly. You'll love it when you get one.
So Grandma will hand Essence and Nessa a piece of candy too. But the one really is she's putting a piece of candy for Bella to find when she wakes up, but then does not like lay down anywhere near her. Kind of goes a bit farther back and goes to sleep there.
Okay. And it is time for Essence and Nessa to do their watch.
I figured Nessa's just sitting there. She's sitting there and she's found a rock to sharpen her sword on. And she's like, shing, 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 shing.
Okay. And what is
Why don't
Essence
you just
going to
have
do?
Why don't you just have a whetstone? You're a warrior. You should
You,
have a
you
whetstone.
should probably have a whetstone.
Well, maybe I do have whetstone.
Because a rock isn't
As you pick up the rock and start sharpening your sword, Goblin Slayer sees you do that and just sighs, goes to his smithing kit, pulls out his whetstone, and just walks over and says, "Do you know how to use this?"
Mostly.
All right, be careful. It will take a lot more off of your blade than you expect at first. Take it slow, be very careful, but it will get it sharper than any other whetstone. I swear to you. And he turns around and starts to walk away, and then turns back around and says, "And you're gonna need this oil for it." And he hands you a bottle of oil that he keeps on his belt. And then he turns around and walks away and says, "Please don't break the whetstone," and then goes to bed. That is a smooth granite, like 6,000 grit super whetstone. That thing is invincible.
I think the highest
Okay.
whetstone I have is an 8,000.
All right. So what,
What was it?
Essence, what are you going to do for your watch?
I'm going to stealth around the other cliff over on the left from the way I'm looking at it on screen.
So over this way?
Yeah. There's like a ledge over that way. I don't want to be on the ledge, but like in that tree area.
So like
You know what?
here?
Let's increase the exposure a little bit so we can
Here?
actually
You
see.
want to be over here?
A little to the left.
So
See the little plane that's over on the left over there?
yeah, I see it over here.
Yeah, somewhere in that area, but maybe a little bit closer to behind the trees.
You could hide in this bush.
I can.
What kind of bush is that, Helly?
It's a bush. I don't know what you're
What kind of
expecting
bush?
out of me.
Hold up, I can randomly check. I'll give you a bush. 1 second.
Well, my stealth, just as a FYI, is a 21.
Okay.
I'm gonna find a random bush generator.
And I already know how I can communicate to Nessa without having to
Oh.
actually be over there.
You know what? Let's give you a that's like wild hops growing up the side of a tree stump. So it's like literally something you could lift up and like crawl underneath like a blanket. Hops is also supposedly not that bad to climb under. It smells really strong though.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm giving you a push.
So I'm just kind of crouched there. I'll take some of the brush bush thing and just kind of cover my shoulders with it. And I'm just gonna crouch low and see what I see.
Okay, and let's make your perception check for the watch.
Do you have dark vision?
I have dark vision up to 120 feet.
Just to be clear, Helly.
Oh, I know.
20 feet.
You know, but while she can see, it does not mean she's paying attention.
It saves that problem. At least she can see.
I have an 18 on perception.
All right. After 2 hours, one orc goes down into a tent, and then another orc goes up into the lookout.
So how long was the shift? How long is the minimum length of this shift based on what we know? So
10.
from when we got here to when this happened, that was like 8 hours, 10 hours,
10 hours.
10 hours. That's a long shift. These guys are crazy.
And I'm going to use message, which is a cantrip, to send a whispered message to Nessa about what just happened.
It's a whisper.
Nessa.
And then I believe with message, I can respond.
Yes.
Alright, and I'm gonna grab a stick and I'm going to notate that down in the dirt.
For 2 hours.
2 hours, okay. Got it.
I love that you don't put it in the predetermined fact that you have a sketchbook. You specifically didn't put it in that. It's in the dirt.
No, we were assuming I had a sketchbook. It could have just been a drawing that we carried around.
Yeah, but you chose to put it in the dirt. I like that you did that.
Also,
Shows respect for the sketchbook.
also, Daly, since you are sharpening your sword, I need you to make me a performance check.
Okie doke.
Would that be performance?
That's what I'm calling it.
Actually, yeah, that would make sense for crafting to be performance based.
Nat 20.
Hey, congratulations. For the
23 total.
for the next encounter, your sword will be a +1 to damage
Ooh,
Nice.
as you have sharpened it.
that's a good sharpening stone and some really good skills.
Hey, for a nat 20, I'll give her the +1 to damage.
That's a mean sword.
It is not a +1 to hit, but it is a +1 to damage.
Oh, we need to find a vicious blade for Nessa.
Oh, that's
No, had she rolled below a 10, she would have damaged her sword, and at a nat 1 would have broken the whetstone.
Thank you for not breaking my whetstone. Because Goblin Slayer would then have been a little bit angry, though he could have channeled it if we had to fight.
True. I'm giving you the full consequences of what could have happened there.
Oh, thank you. We love you. You did a great, sweetie. You did wonderful. That natural 20 is beautiful. I'm going to be so proud when I wake up.
All right. So after a few more hours, flashbang incoming.
Ooh, that one was actually more gentle. I don't know why that one was more gentle. Maybe it was because it seemed slower. Anyways.
We'll say by morning, we got. Let me. grab one more.
When are they gonna have breakfast? Because this is definitely a fire they would cook breakfast on. Come on.
What?
Where are they?
Well, you got 3 goblins out doing activities.
Where are they at?
Okay, one is at the big ass fire. One is back at a forge looking area. And another one is just half underneath a tent doing something.
And one is up in the tower.
And then so
And
4
one is up in a
orcs
tower.
total. 4 orcs total.
Essence is going to message Nessa one more time and be like, I'm counting 4 that are awake.
Helly, will you put the tokens out for the other ones that we see?
There are 4 tokens that are out that you can see.
No.
3 on the ground, 1 in the tower.
There's only 1 on the ground.
It might be angle based.
Oh.
Yep, there's one.
Line of sight is a thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes those.
How's
cliffhangers are
that?
A little weird.
Do you see him
Okay.
now?
Yes.
So, hi, Satin. Who left all their gear by the door? You can blame the grandma. Sounds like something she would do.
Maybe Goblin Slayer.
All right. So at this point, I'm assuming Bella, Grandma, and Slayer are all waking up.
Yeah, I'm waking up. I wake up nice, bright and early, bushy-tailed. Sorry,
You nearly
talking out the chat.
Nearly stabbed yourself. Gotta be Goblin Slayer stuff then.
Yeah, definitely Goblin Slayer stuff right there. I left all their gear by the door. Yeah, the javelins are very pointy. I make sure to sharpen them.
And the hand axes.
And the hand axes, yeah. And then there is the longsword, but I keep that on me. You know, when I'm sleeping, it's there. I have it. It's ready. It is always ready. Oh, and there's all my plate mail. Some of those edges can be sharp. Yeah, I get up and I like walk over to my gear and just kind of like put my gear on, get ready for the morning, and start to very carefully light another smokeless fire, and then I'm going to, based on what I did yesterday, I'm just gonna do what I did yesterday, make a fire, and just use that to make some breakfast. As long as it's really
Those axes
bad.
were pointing up. Why would you do that?
It keeps the edges sharp.
It keeps trespassers away.
It also deters trespassers. I'm gonna make that as a note. I'm setting traps as I unset my armor. From now on, there's going to be traps near me. Not traps in that they are like swinging, but that they are there, and if you step on them, they will suck.
It's the old rake trap.
Yeah. So it's like a DC 10 trap to spot, but it's still a trap.
It is found by detect traps.
It is found by detect traps. Heck, he is found on detect traps when he's sleeping. Anyways.
Hey, Satin, we need you to roll. What would that check be? Would that be perception?
Perception, yeah, that would be a
Yeah.
perception check.
Hey, Satin, please roll perception.
Or you can, or if you're a spellcaster and you have detect traps, you can use a spell slot to find it.
Yeah.
Satin, do you have a spell slot? We need to know that. More than we know.
Are you casting, or are you just looking for traps?
You're casting. Okay, you're casting find traps. Okay. You activate the spell. Mark down that you used the spell slot. Okay. Make sure it's on your sheet. Put it on your sheet. Anyways, that once you have it on your sheet, you're good to go. And you notice.
I know that
there's
they're just rolling for
bunch of
perception.
axes around you. Oh, perception. Okay, roll some perception.
The DC 10, you can do it. We believe in
DC
you.
10, I believe in you, chat. Satin, you got this.
Let your inner pirate skill go.
Use your pirate luck. Don't forget
She is
your
a
plus
big
4,
PvP.
Satin.
She is big into PvP for Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, roll like add a plus 4 because you got good skills in perception. You're a pirate after all.
1d20. Let's go.
Come on, Satin, give us one.
Go!
I believe in you. I'll roll for you if you want me to.
I can roll on stream if needed.
Roll on stream. Let's just roll on stream. See what we get.
And that is a 6. The dice have not been kind to me today.
Yikes. Sorry, Satin. You stepped on. You didn't. Oh.
Well,
14,
nope. That's
okay,
14 plus 4.
We gotta roll.
18.
18. Yeah, you see it. There's a bunch of axes and swords laying in precarious positions that are very easy to bump into because they're all nearby him. Specifically set up to make them loud if they fall and also hurt you.
Would you like to use an action to start collecting weapons on the floor?
You have to roll a stealth check because if it gets too quiet, he gets nervous.
Okay, congratulations. You now have 3 hand axes. You're free to leave.
3 hand axes, 2 6 javelins, and the long sword's on me, but the rest of them you have. Make it by everything without dying. Anyways.
All right.
again.
Anyway,
Back
reeling
to
us
it.
back in after our stint with Satin there, which appreciate you, Satin.
Thank you, chat. Satin, anyone in chat, everybody in chat, we love you. Satin especially, fucking delicious.
I need to bring in a chat box for stream. Maybe I'll do that after stream.
Let me tell you, I look forward to the chat box being in stream for the Star Wars streams because I'm having fun with those.
Okay, so anyway, what would
You'll love it for this one.
What would our party that is just waking up like to do?
Yeah, breakfast with as smokeless a fire as I can make. I don't really care as much about the light because we're kind of out
daytime?
of eyeshot and it's daytime, so it's less likely for them.
Filthy hot. Just cook them in get the coals up burning a little bit more. Coals.
I mean, we would have to. That would be really smoke intensive. I don't think we let it burn out.
No.
I think we kept adding to it and kept it running.
Well, X. Here's the question. Essen, Nessa, did you keep the fire going?
That's a good question. I kept the fire going. I did.
You
not
were
instruct
asleep.
You to, though, so.
Within 4 hours, the coals themselves would be hot, but there would be no smoke.
Well, the problem is that if you try to relight that fire, it will make an enormous amount of smoke. Trust me, I've tried.
But if the coals are still hot, like the coals are not fully cooled off, which in 4 hours would not have cooled off the coals enough, then we could at very least get our, they would be hot enough to cook and make our meal. Think about cooking on the grill. When your coals are prepped, they're not still smoking.
Yeah, that's true. Never mind. You made.
Also, Essence, are you returning to the camp, or are you just continuing to just stay out here and watch?
I'm staying watch because no one said, "Hey, come on over."
I'm gonna make some bacon and stuff for her specifically, and put it in a little mess dish from my backpack, and hand it off to Grandma, and hand her another. I'll grab Grandma.
I would like to. Can I? Because Thieves Camp's mostly codes and stuff like that. Would I be able to
Would you
know?
Thieves Cant is a verbal language that is deciphered. Or it is a verbal or written language that is then deciphered on the other end.
Helly, can we spend our inspiration to have a signal whistle that's hard that we can just roll to make well?
I just want to whistle for Essence, but I want to make it sound like a bird call.
Why don't you send out the hawk?
Oh, we do have a hawk. I see the hawk bouncing in front of us as we talk to each other, and then I see the hawk. I'm like, we have a hawk. Why don't we just send
we have
the
a
hawk
bird.
To go get it?
Why don't have the bird make a bird call?
Though I want to send the reason I want to send Grandma is because she's really sneaky and she can get out there, swap out with Nessa, and keep watch. I mean, Essence and keep watch with a good plate of food that I just gave her. So she could eat her breakfast and keep watch while the one who's been on watch can come get breakfast. I've thought this through.
It's just funny because I'm in stealth, so she
Yeah.
would have to beat my stealth to
Hello?
be able to find me.
Sorry, 1 sec.
Well, I do think once we just find out how we are getting breakfast over to Essence, I think that will be a good point for us to end, because we have been going for about 3.5 hours, and it's about that typical time that we end, and I don't want to get us into the start of a combat and then end in the middle of it, because that's just headache.
That's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, those are like the worst sessions where you start the
Where you start in the middle
middle.
of combat.
Yeah, those sessions kind of suck. You need time to get remember why you're in combat.
Why you're in combat, what the initiative order is,
Okay,
what
okay.
everybody's health is.
I think we would be able to figure out a way to swap Grandma and Essence while we eat our breakfast.
Wait, I'm just waiting on you guys to determine if you're
I
wanting to
say we
send the
start
bird
that
or send
session.
Grandma. But we can, you guys can sort that out next time.
I like the idea
But-
of us coming back to Grandma being the one on watch and Nessa, and we just deal with it in between.
Yeah, we'll
As kind
figure
of like
that.
a scene change.
We'll figure that in the preamble of next week. So,
Last time
but
on Dragon Ball Z.
but
How is
thank you
Nessa
guys.
gonna get back to the camp? How is everyone gonna get breakfast?
You mean Essence?
Essence, I keep saying Nessa. I'm sorry.
Hey, I don't. Everybody gets the two of them backwards. But
You know what? We're no
But-
longer called Essence and Nessa. We're Esna.
Esna, that is the fusion. But thank you guys all.
No, she's a child. No.
But thank you guys all for tuning in as always, and we will be back with more Students of the Sage D&D absolute shenanigans next week. So we hope to see you there. Before we end, would anybody love to spend their coins to do backflips? Because fuck it.
I'm gonna. How about this? How about we all spend our coins right now to have breakfast?
Can I spend my coin to pull a granola bar out of my bag?
I mean, it would count as a ration.
Free ration. We all get a free ration for today.
Yeah, well, fine. Y'all can all expend your coin, which is going to get restocked when we start up again, to go out and get a free ration.
Look, man, we are this entire session is recovering from last week. We're good.
Last week, you guys got into a meaty scrap.
We got into a fight, and this week last week was fuck around. This week was find out.
And next week is going to be fuck around again
Yeah, it's a good cycle. We'll keep this cycle.
until the end of time. But thank you guys all for tuning in, and we will see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Peace.
Bye-bye. I could shill for my stream, but I'm not going to right now. I'll do it next week.
Go watch
I know
X's
it's over.
D&D
I watched it
stream.
turn off before I talked about it. Wait, it's not over? Why didn't
It's not over.
Why didn't my
I-
stream freeze?
Cause get wrecked, nerd. Go watch X's stream over on his channel on Sundays, where we do Star Wars D&D. Later,
Yeah,
everybody.
Come join us. It's chaos. More chaos here.